like choked to death off of
Things. Can you do the fucking social shit?
Can you do the fucking?
If you have a cup,
Just
I can
film
give you
a
some of my
random
water.
clip of us and then just post it.
If you have a cup, if you get a cup, I can give you some water.
Can I
We're
drop
live?
a waterfall?
Just make sure you don't spill all over yourself.
Nigga, I got a big mouth.
You know what song is super
Fuck your
addictive?
fingers, you know
pause,
you
pause,
got a
pause,
big
pause,
mouth.
Why
pause,
can't I hear you guys?
You can't hear it at all? You know what song is that's really not working for you?
Also, wait, never mind. I can hear y'all.
Maybe it's because you got this crazy pink bootleg headphones.
but
My volume was down.
You came in cat mode today. That's cool.
Yeah, because you guys don't have enough of the the good ones. I have to wear the ones that suffocate my fucking brain.
Yeah, I know, right? That's part of the problem. I've had like offers for headphone sponsors before, and I've been like, oh my god, like half the headphones out there hurt my ears.
If
These
it ain't
are pretty nice. You want to try them?
No.
Nah. I don't
if
want
it
you to
ain't
touch
Beats
my-
by
touch
Dre,
my-
then it's no way, Jose.
What about that?
Shout out to Razor.
Hey, that,
No,
Ray-
Raycons.
that 21
Raycons.
Savage lyric where he says like, and I got a friend named Dre. You can get beats by Dre.
Yo, 21.
shit.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what he said.
but there's like something that leads up to it that implies that you're about to get your
that
ass
a-
beat by Dre, whoever Dre
Is that from Yesersky with Lil Uzi?
No, because I remember I listened to it when I was.
I think it was on his last album.
Yeah, it was on the last album.
I am greater than.
Do you think? I feel like did you see that Lil Baby video?
Yes, I watched it
The
on the
one
way
that just
here.
came out.
That shit was so hard and so like a side
Well
of him
done.
that I didn't know that we could even get.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like a look
Substance
into
filled.
like where he could go with his career from here.
100%.
You know, yeah.
He went so in depth and like.
So many like really good bars that are about like really serious shit, and like you're used to him rapping good but talking about street shit, whatever,
Exactly.
and he's just like
I can't
taking
believe he applied that same formula into.
To something filled with substance. It was crazy because he went on for the full fucking 3 minutes.
He
No
went crazy.
pauses, no breath
Crazy.
takes. Like, that was crazy.
He's really emerged as one of the greatest talents of this generation. I
agree.
feel like
I feel like it happened out of nowhere. Not that it happened out of nowhere, but
I
like
think it's been slowly building.
I'm just like I don't really listen to like mainstream shit like that. So like the last
You're
time
so
I
hipster.
yeah, I swear to God,
he
like
is. We know this about him.
yeah, that's like no, but I'm saying once I heard that, I was like, yo, I was blown away.
Yo, the Gunna song, that "Money on My Head" featuring Thug. Which in my head, when I picture them singing that, I picture them with the whip it thing on their head, like I got money.
I got whippets on my head.
Yeah, like I don't know why, but that song stands out to me as the best song on the Gunna album, which I have now listened to a couple times, and
I'm about to say
you like
that
it?
came out a minute ago. Now.
I do fuck with it.
I like the. I
fucks
don't
with
know.
Wanna.
He raps about Addies a lot.
Eddie's.
Addies?
Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy that like I just said that was a minute ago now? That was really like what,
like
like
2
a couple
weeks
weeks
ago, I
ago?
think.
Isn't that crazy though? Because like that's how fast music is being consumed now though.
Oh yeah, like what I mean, the Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine song came out Thursday night, and it's like if we have an upload from this video talking about that, we're gonna look late as fuck.
We're late on it. Yeah,
Is that funny?
that's weird, bro.
I stayed up. I was playing poker on stream, and that video came out, and I actually went to Spotify, clicked the actual song, started playing it, heard like the first 30 seconds, and I was like, "Oh, this is a fake upload." Oh my god, I X'd out of Spotify.
It wasn't even it?
It was it. But the beginning of it sounds so not like a 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj song that I just didn't even think it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because
because
he's like singing in
yeah,
the beginning,
sounds
right?
so
okay,
weird.
wait.
Yeah.
Let me
I think
just-
it might be another artist.
I
on
was
that
just
very
about to
beginning
say,
part.
let me
That's what somebody said.
Let me go ahead and throw this theory out because they do that all the time. Where like I think even recently, Bobby Raps was the only feature on Key's new project, right? But it doesn't say featuring Bobby Raps. I just know this nigga voice. So,
That should be illegal.
but you know, artists like
It's just so confusing.
artists like.
So he's like lip singing it.
Well, no. It's not that
he's
he lip
on
syncing
it.
at all. It's like
it's an uncredited feature. Like I feel like
Yeah.
Kanye was one of the first people.
Kanye
to do it.
was
He would
definitely-
have a whole track list.
Tyler, the
mad
Creator, would do that
features,
too.
and just not put them on there because it looks cooler when you look at the list. You know?
and because that way people won't swim around and go to like the song featuring their favorite artist instead of just
That's
giving
very
the
good
whole
point, too.
album
Do we
a
know
whole
who the uncredited artist
on
is?
the 6ix9ine song. I didn't
Somebody
look into
commented it, but I don't think it's somebody who's like.
It's
that
probably
well
not someone known. Yeah.
Maybe it was the person who did the reference track and then they just left him on it.
I know that there's probably a big part of you that doesn't want to listen to the full Instagram live in which 6ix9ine calls Nicki, but it is kind of worth it.
I think I watched it actually.
Just to hear the way that she like clearly doesn't have that much respect for him and is clearly she's making it very clear that she just did this song because it's she's like it's the music business, it's not the streets. Translation.
Yeah.
I know this song's gonna make a bunch of money. I don't have any respect for you.
Yeah.
It's just very weird, and she's all saying how she has to get off of the fucking off of the Instagram Live and shit. And it's just like, it's a very weird vibe. She does not fuck with him the whole way.
Really?
It's worth watching just to judge the tone.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because if you watch something without context, you're not really gonna be able to grasp the whole thing.
How long was the whole conversation?
It wasn't that long.
The part with her is only like 10 minutes, and he maybe does 20 minutes before that, in which he basically just calls Snoop a snitch and points out that there's a Rock Nation executive who snitched or whatever.
He says her name like 50
That
times.
was crazy.
He's trying to make her famous. Desiree. Why do I now know her name? Because I watched it.
I was trying to think of it right now.
I've heard him say it so many
I don't
fucking
think
times.
anybody was interested or convinced by him choosing to go that route of just calling Snoop a snitch mad times. Like, nobody cares.
And like,
what do you say about Future?
You don't take care of your kids, basically.
Neither do you.
None of this is interesting or like out of the ordinary or anything that hasn't been said already.
Yeah, it's like none of that is gonna like. He's just deflecting all this shit away from him, you know?
Yeah, and it's weird seeing the level of public attention that he gets slowly diminish because like that first IG Live had 2 million viewers. This one had Nicki Minaj on it and it had 700K. So where does he go from here? Because he's like slowly descending. Yeah, it might have hit 800. But it's like slowly kind of descending into like more normal rapper territory, you know?
Because it's like, what can you do now? You just keep pointing fingers. No one gives a fuck anymore. It's not funny.
He's taking the snitch shit to like a whole nother level where he's like snitching on other people snitching and shit. Like it's like snitchception. Like it just doesn't make any sense, bro.
My favorite lyric though was when he said, like, I'll buy you Chanel if you let my friends fuck.
That's
who are your friends? Like, we don't know who your friends are anymore. So this is a very interesting lyric. Exactly, the makeup guy.
Akon and Nicki Minaj.
He's gonna let Akon.
He's letting Akon and Nicki Minaj fuck.
That's his close personal friends.
I hope Akon's not down to just smash a random hoe at his house.
Wait, listen, and she also made the point to like differentiate. Like, my husband don't fuck with that shit. My husband da da da.
Big Zoo ain't playing no games.
You think Big Zoo was at the music video?
No, he's not going to. He might have gone to get the address so he could sell it on the black market. He's on the dark web. 6ix9ine address.
Do you think there's no way Big Zoo is letting Nicki Minaj bounce them titties and bounce that ass without him being there? Big Zoo seems like a very firm man that's like, my wife is not going to be naked in front of anybody without me.
There's only so much control you can have if you're dating Nicki Minaj. So I wonder... Dickie Minaj. Lil Dickie Minaj. Whoa.
Damn, that's a good collab. Yeah.
I just thought of an artist. But okay, I have a theory about Nicki Minaj in that video. My reaction when I watched that video, and obviously I think Nicki's hot. I've always thought she was hot the whole time.
Yeah, but I haven't seen her like really revealed like that yet.
I've always thought she was hot. I'm watching that video and I'm like, this is the hottest she's ever looked, and she's 37, which is pretty great. They're pretty out of the ordinary. And then I started to read the comments where like, she's pregnant. That's why her tits look so much bigger. And I myself have a girl who's pregnant in my home right now. And even though she is gaining weight and getting a fucking little baby bump going, I still am like very, very attracted to her. So I'm thinking maybe my brain has been trained to be attracted to pregnant women now. So that's why I think Nicki looks so good in this video. But also I've seen everybody agreeing that she looked unbelievable in the video.
Yeah, she looked fucking crazy for her.
Did she reveal any stomach, or was it just like her boobs were out? So we were
it was very top up angle of all titty.
Every angle you see of her is like, if she does have a big baby bump growing, you wouldn't really be able to tell.
I don't think it would be that big that fast anyway.
Yeah, but you don't get to see like the normal Nicki Minaj shot of like giant ass, tiny waist, giant tits, and that's normally what they try to emphasize.
Because even when she's like in the jacuzzi and
it's just ass up in the air.
But ass up in the air.
But Nicki is like always been like super picky about how she's presented in videos and stuff. Like if you watch the Hot Girl Summer video, it's so obvious that there was a shitload of thought and attention put into how she looks next to Meg, and it makes sense because Meg is all natural and just like very different sized as a human being. So like there was a lot of talk online about how Nicki was super, super particular about how all those shots looked and stuff.
I mean,
was she placed like behind her or something?
Just that weird angle.
I was kind of confused by that. I'm like, what do you like? Okay,
you got to check it out. If you watch it, you'll be like, this looks very much like
they like set it up to look a certain way.
I think that they're just such different like looking bodies that it would be very easy to make.
Why
like
can't you just capture
a natural girl and a girl who's had hella work done look like normal next to each other?
To look normal next to each other? Why?
I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like a lot of
I mean, I'm
a lot
hearing
of
you
thought
out.
went into that shot.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that there's people online like looking up videos of Nicki Minaj's breasts and like seeing like, oh, they got bigger here. And
I'm about to do that now when I go home. Honestly.
because they
Honestly,
do
you might
look
want to jerk off to that video.
They look gigantic, but like I thought she always had huge boobs.
I
and
mean, I
huge
thought they
ass.
were probably always big too, but I'd never just seen them out like that. And I was
that was
like, yo,
crazy.
these.
I've seen a couple of other times over the years where she would have like her whole boob out and just like a pasty type thing over
That's
the
what-
nipple.
That's
what-
what she had.
But now they look so much bigger that it's like, whoa, like what's going on? And also, she disappeared from the limelight for a little bit, so there was a lot of rumors that she might have got some more work done.
I mean,
so
look,
maybe her boobs are even
at the
bigger.
end-
I heard that she got work done to get a reduction. But
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
Those boobs
Rumors.
definitely didn't get reduced.
Those boobs are very huge.
Man,
boobs.
they're gonna do whatever they gotta do to spice up the video to fucking get, make it break all these world records, which it didn't.
But that's the thing is if Nicki Minaj is going to give her greatest boobs thus far, if she's gonna show her boobs real hard,
Yeah.
wouldn't she want to like
Do it
show
on her
her
own
boobs,
song?
yeah, on her own shit instead of this
She
like
can't-
random feature?
Can we be honest? It's not a random feature.
It's not a random
She's not gonna pull those numbers by herself. Let's be honest. And she just got to do what she got to do. No, Big Zoo about to come find me after saying that.
Let
but-
me tell you something that has transpired today is that so Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine were reported to have broken the 24-hour record for most views on a YouTube video, which previously apparently was held by Gooba. So they wanted to make their song number one super bad, so they really were all about it premiering as like the biggest YouTube premiere of all time. And then it comes out today that YouTube says that it does not actually qualify as the most views of all time in a 24-hour period because
Jeez.
he spent so much money promoting the video via ads. So when there's a huge percentage of the views that are coming from ads that you buy on YouTube, it doesn't count as actual
views.
full plays.
Genuine views.
So you're talking about like when let's say people are watching this video and there's
Right.
an ad for the video and then you could click onto it.
Like, wow.
And I'm kind of in the dark about what that experience is like because I have YouTube Plus, so I don't.
So you never
I
do.
don't ever see the ads, but apparently that like is a thing now. And I remember like before I got YouTube Plus that I would see it where you'd see like a preview of somebody's video as the ad, and then you click through. It's because sometimes people would even send videos like on live stream, and it would be like 1 million views. 200 comments, and I start looking at the comments, and every single comment is like,
like ad.
who's here because they saw the song as an ad or whatever. So
Weird.
I haven't
But-
experienced that in a while.
I mean, okay, so if this ad thing was going on before obviously they made this song, then why now do you think that they're cracking down?
I think it's an issue of percentage. Like so many of the views, and I forget there was another guy who there was another situation with this where like some Latino artist. Do they say Latino? Is that appropriate?
I think Latin.
Latin. There you go. Remove the O.
Latinx.
some Latin artist
It's
had like
Latinx.
very Latinx, isn't it?
Something like that.
Pretty sure it's
Latinx.
Latinx.
Lil Dicky said Latinx on the show, didn't he?
He did.
Shut up, Lil Dicky.
Fact. No Hispanic people actually call themselves that, right?
I don't know.
I know my
can't speak for all
my
Hispanic
friend's in a
people.
part of a Latinx art collective, but
Really?
she's not Latinx.
She doesn't like walk around saying like, "Oh, what are you?" Oh,
That's fire.
Latin.
Well,
I like
she's,
that.
she's white.
Oh, well, there's another reason.
But
Is it who I think it
but,
is?
Yes, but apparently the other people in the group are part of the Latinx community, and they invited her in. So
All right, so they must fuck with her then. She must be
Yeah.
down for the cause.
There's just been a
Brown
big-
Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter.
Black trans lives matter. I saw Joe Budden
100%.
tweet that the other day. I'm like, wow, he's
It's
really
Pride
getting
Month.
in there.
It is Pride Month.
It is, right? So what is there any gay shit that you guys are planning on doing for Pride Month?
Relax, man. You gotta be
SpongeBob came
disrespectful.
out.
That's disrespectful.
That was weird.
SpongeBob came
SpongeBob
out.
being gay is disrespectful.
No,
I don't think that's disrespectful.
It was just like
Is he gay or asexual? Did we get a clearance on that?
We just
It's
know
just
that
like,
he's
why?
part of the LGBTAQ plus community.
I mean,
Right.
he always
Okay, I
seemed
hope
a
I said
little.
all the-
He always seemed a little like a little
I
gay,
thought he
but
had a crush on Sandy.
I don't understand why to take a child's like show character and like make him come out. I don't know.
And
I
it's
don't
been
get it.
off air for what, like
Like that literally.
5
That was
years?
just like completely. I don't know.
Shout out to all the
Nickel-
old people out there that have never seen SpongeBob, like myself.
You never seen SpongeBob?
Hmm.
When that's crazy. So
I
when
mean-
you look at like SpongeBob memes and stuff, you,
You
don't
don't
get
understand it all, huh?
I feel like I get most of the
You get, like, the
memes
gist
because
of
I've seen so many of them that like
Yeah.
when you see that what is the Krabby Shack, the house thing or whatever, and it's like,
the crab shack.
but remember
What's
it was
called
like
again?
this is where Kyle fans live in a house that looks like this or something.
It was like the pineapple house, like SpongeBob's
I don't know.
house.
But I mean, there's been a lot of SpongeBob memes over the years that I feel like I eventually sort of wrap my head around.
Jeez.
Wow.
Might have had to Google a few of them. I know about the Arthur memes. Remember he's like clenching his fist.
The fist was around for a while.
That shit was super funny, actually.
Me and AD were bonding over Arthur the other day.
Really?
Arthur was a great show.
Because he's always like, we tried to put him onto Dolly Parton, not working 9 to 5.
Like
you know
actually,
the song?
like actually
No.
Dolly Parton.
I know.
Great song.
I know who she is. But
And watch the video. She's
lady-
hot as hell.
Speaking of huge
who's
boobs,
huge boobs?
Huge.
I just know her because she would come on Hannah Montana.
What do those
as
boobs look like
as
now?
Like Miley Cyrus's aunt.
I'm not sure they looked great at the time, and I'm guessing they really don't look great
can
now.
we, Josh? Can we pull up Dolly
my
Parton's
God.
Instagram?
Not on the screen, but
Yeah.
can you search Dolly Parton nudes?
Oh.
Dolly Parton OnlyFans.
No. Type in Dolly Parton fun bags 2020.
You don't actually.
Yeah, don't actually
no,
do
but AD's response to us like clowning him for not knowing about Dolly Parton 9 to 5. He goes, "Well, have you ever heard the song At the Car Wash?" I'm like, yes,
You're like,
well,
yeah, I
of course. And I'm like, I understand that that's black shit, but you know,
Yo, AD
could
is
both know
hilarious.
about- Yeah, how'd you guys feel about doing the pod with him?
I loved it.
I thought it was really funny, honestly.
I enjoyed it. I listened to like most of it on the drive home from Utah.
I feel like me and her. Well, we used to do our show together, but I feel like we're kind of used to like, I don't know, letting you lead it. So I feel like at points we were kind of just talking about nothing, but other than that, I feel like
I think we let the conversation flow.
yeah
We weren't talking about nothing.
I mean, I said at points. I didn't say the whole time, but like, you know, I feel like I helped reel it back in a lot.
It's
I'm
very
gonna give myself the
interesting
credit.
listening to people who don't necessarily have an existing rapport talk on camera,
Mm.
and that is the thing that I've always been fascinated about with us doing this. And shit, we're almost at a year, this is 49, 47. Okay, we got
Damn.
5
weeks
until
are in a month? I
52.
don't know.
52 in a year.
Have
mean,
we
yeah.
have we
I
skipped
said it in a
any
month.
weeks? Oh, we skipped like
Damn.
1 week. I
Right.
remember
There
like
was
in December or something.
No, but I think we recorded 2 episodes
We
and
did.
dropped one the next week, even
We
though
did.
it was pretty trash from what I remember.
Well, that was the New Year's episode, which was really super trash. By the end of it, we're like, okay, well,
It's
we're
because
done.
we
No,
were
but-
tired as fuck and did like 2
And
podcasts.
we had a
Yeah.
list of the top moments of the last 10 years, and we didn't even
Wait,
remember a
what?
lot of them and shit. Remember?
We did that.
Yeah.
I don't think you were there.
He was
Nah,
there.
I was
Oh, you
definitely
were
there.
there for that one? Oh.
You're that forgettable for him.
Yeah, I know that's kind of crazy.
No, we definitely missed a week, and I forget why. It was when we weren't taking the shit seriously, and we're like, what are we doing?
We're like, we don't need to do the show this week. Who cares?
If we were going to do 2 episodes in one to drop, well, actually it'd be crazy because we're so used to doing these for 2 hours that it's like to do
Yeah.
2 hours and another 2 hours. Fuck that, it's not happening.
We'd have to just split it an hour.
But I think to make it different, you could like have a guest and then like switch out the guest and do another one. Although that kind of makes it less like what this is.
Do you guys ever think that this could be more than 1 week? Once a week?
Once a week. People always DM me that, but honestly, I
What
feel
the fuck would we even talk about?
yeah, because I feel like even right now we're at a weird time where it's like, my nigga, it's not that much. Like there's shit going on, and like I don't know, like there's shit going on, but like the type of audience that we have and like the stuff that they want to hear about, I don't think that there's enough going on of that type of shit.
If we
for us to
worked
talk about.
harder, though, we definitely could come up with like another round of topics for later in the week if we really wanted to. But I don't know. I like the fact that every time I come in to do this, that it's like nothing to talk for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the next week it's like nothing again. But I feel like I hear it with Joe Budden and them that when they have to do it like and then do it again 3 days later, that it can sometimes be a little
because
rough.
what if nothing happens in those 3 days?
Then they just start clowning on each other.
Yeah. Or you just come up with more topics. Like, you know, we probably will not talk about the B. Simone thing today, but we could, you know, we really
We
wanted
could,
to.
yeah.
That's like a potential topic. Or I mean,
It's up on the board.
oh, it is. Well, we could talk about whatever. I mean, I'm really not.
At this point, I don't really.
Yeah.
Yuri's topics, I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
we'll just freestyle it once we get there.
It's like Yuri trying to guess, like, he probably Googles, like, what do black people find interesting? You think?
Because before I told him to go on academics, he was putting like what is it, the Ace family, da da da. I'm like, what?
Because he's
like-
a YouTube Twitch
he'll be like
dork.
Ice Poseidon, da da da. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I have no idea.
What is
loves
going
that
on with
shit.
Ice Poseidon?
I don't. I have no
Ask
idea.
Yuri because he's
Ask
fucking
Yuri, he knows.
always fucking full
Yuri,
of facts.
Yuri dresses like him. He does the same mannerisms as him.
How would you feel if you hung out with a girl and she said Fendi facts in conversation?
I've been saying that every
He
day.
says
That's
it-
a
he says
Fendi.
it a lot.
Oh, that's a
That's a
Fendi. I've been
Fendi.
saying a little bit of that too.
Bro, I swear to God, I've been saying it every day. I've been saying it to this girl in Australia. She's like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
Anytime I talk to dudes in New York, I pick up some weird fucking goofy ass slang.
Anytime
that
I
they be
talk to
saying.
anybody that's from anywhere, I pick up slang and I love it.
They love saying beloved.
Oh,
Beloved.
I feel like
Belo-
Tax Stone.
It's not beloved.
It's beloved.
No, I think
Beloved.
Tax Stone was the first to do that. He would
Yeah.
always say like, "Listen here, beloved." It was just
It's beloved.
Is beloved or beloved?
beloved.
Beloved.
Oh, I thought
You
it was-
are my beloved.
Okay.
You are loved by me,
believe you're
therefore
trying
you
to-
are beloved.
I don't fucking know. I'm not from New York. I don't know.
Anyway,
That's what ASAP Bari said to me in the DMs.
I
You
was
ain't
thinking.
from New
I was
York?
thinking about
Nah,
that.
see when I see you, beloved.
Because it's such a nice way to tell
say
someone,
you're
like,
gonna
to
say-
Nice
say,
straight-
fuck
say-
you, I'm going to kill you next time I see you.
Beloved.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm
Beloved.
trying to wrap my head around what I did this weekend before I ask you guys. Oh, Sunday was my mother's birthday. Happy birthday to my goddamn mother. That
Shout
was
out to
great.
your
Why
mom.
is she your goddamn mother?
She's just a goddamn mother.
Your
She-
mom's chill.
Happy,
mo-
happy birthday
My
to her.
mom is in a totally different zone right now because she has been so fucked up by this corona that she got long ass hair. Like my whole life, I've been used. I'm gonna just air it out right now because I know she's never gonna see this. My mom dyes her hair. My mom has had like short dyed brown hair my whole fucking life, pretty much. And now all of a sudden she got it long. She got barrettes in there. It looks like kind of like an 8-year-old girl
she has
type
barrettes?
haircut.
You mean braids?
No, barrettes, like
barrette-
the little
you-
like clips type
Barrettes
thing.
are things you put in your
Nobody
hair.
says barrettes anymore, huh?
I'm not. I mean, what else
I
are they
thought a
called?
barrette is a beret.
No,
French
it's these
beret.
little like hair clips, like flat.
You don't know what a beret
My
is?
mom's hair looks like the haircut that she probably had when she was 8 right
Yeah,
now
facts.
because
That's so cute.
she hasn't been able to get a haircut in that long, and it's great. She
So
looks fine.
this is like the last style she remembers how to do. So she
Exactly.
Just like,
That's kind of the vibe I got. So I'm really, oh God, that would be such a fucking boss move if I got a hairstylist to pull up on my mom in a hazmat suit.
That's facts. Actually,
No, that's a birthday present. I wish I thought.
I was
of that.
looking
What'd
up.
you do? What'd you do
I was
for her
looking up
birthday?
hazmat suits on Amazon. They're so expensive right
Are
now.
they really?
Yeah. During the
Yeah,
coronavirus,
you were-
everyone
you were
everyone
looking
was
at
trying
them.
to buy one.
Right. No, my mom, we got her like some like drawing notebooks and stuff because she's gotten super into drawing with the nephews ever
Aw.
since they
She
popped
seems
out.
like such a precious lady.
She is. It's unbelievable. She's gotten so into drawing and she's like learned a lot about herself through drawing, which is really weird because I was like, as a kid, all I fucking did was draw and play video games. So it's kind of odd to see my mom getting into drawing.
kind of
like
stuff is she drawing?
40 years
Pokemon?
later. She draws like babies and like little flowers and
That's
like
tight.
bowls of fruit and like
Oh, I
that's.
love that.
That's
she
so.
has a
wholesome.
really dope, cute style. That,
Mom
I want to
22.
see.
yeah. Actually, at some point, I got her to agree to it again the other day. I'm like, I want you and my dad to come here. We're going to do a podcast. I'm not going to put it out. It's just for us. And we're going to save it because I'm like haunted by the idea of like, well, I just like when they are no longer with us, I want to have as much information as possible. And especially like, imagine I have a kid and then God forbid that they're like relatively young when my parents are gone. Then I just like, I want to have that like record because when my kid is 20, like if I could watch a fucking recorded conversation with my grandfather that I never met or something like from 40 years ago or whatever, that would be like unbelievable to me.
I love that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I think like when I do YouTube videos with my mom, like I don't know if everyone's trying to watch me and my mom on vacation, but like I kind of do it half for me just because later down the line when she's not on Earth, then I can watch these like precious moments that we had together.
If anyone wants to use the space to interview their parents, just let me know.
I would have to do it in Korean.
Oh, see, that's great. Then I could just be here and you won't even have to worry.
Yeah.
How do you feel about North Korea invading South Korea?
What?
You didn't hear about that? They blew
No.
up one of the buildings that's like in the neutral
What?
zone and the in between. It looks like
They said it was an accident, and that was the first time they fired at each other in like X amount of years.
oh, it was an accident.
Apparently
What
it was
the
an
fuck?
accident.
How you blow up a building by accident?
If you're North Korea.
If you're North Korea, you flex so hard. At some point, you just gotta blow some shit up. I guess.
Isn't it crazy that what's it called? Kim Jong Un was pronounced dead
Yeah.
and then
Oh
just
my
came
God.
back. That was so
But
crazy.
he did that to prove who was a fake in his circle.
Really?
Yeah, because
What was the explanation? Yeah.
it would be like if I fucking like Josh, tell everybody at work that I'm dead.
And we're all like hip hip hooray.
And then if House Phone's like, I will be the new Adam. I will take over. I'm doing the,
The
like
Black
then,
Adam.
then you know, AD calls up Black
The
Adam
Black
all the
Adam.
time.
Black Adam
Black
22.
Adam. Then that would be like, interesting information. Obviously, if you're like running a country, you might be able to glean. Like, I wouldn't mind if you did that. That would be.
Wait.
I was gonna
Somebody
say,
got
I was
arrested
gonna
on
say,
top.
who are you gonna delegate the no jumper empire to?
to his unborn baby. Goo gaga.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna get like Cardi voice baby on the podcast. That'd be fire.
The other day, I was watching, All Urban Central, the
Yes.
Yeah.
the YouTube channel
fact that, like-
has mad clickbait.
The fact that like I know that you just had to say that once, and I know that off the top of my head.
And when I was at the Porn Awards, those dudes come up to me. They're like, "Yo, we're from All Urban Central. Can we interview you?" And I'm like, That's y'all.
You're like,
That's
yeah,
y'all
right?
doing
Like-
all that clickbait.
Like you knew they were
I'm
immediately.
like, I am subscribed, and you guys have got me mad times. But I was watching a video of Black Youngster visiting the Watts Tower Bloods or whatever. Like they're over by the Watts
I did
Towers.
see that, yeah.
And I clicked on it because I just wanted to see like what everybody was doing out there. And then they're playing the music part like sped up. And I'm thinking like this is really weird because this song sounds like a Cardi song because it's sped up, but it's not. It's just
That's super funny. Didn't you guys repost that on No Jumper Instagram too?
Did we put Black Youngster with the Bloods? No.
I just saw him with a red bandana standing on top of somebody's car.
I love that shit. I can't lie.
Shout out Black Youngster, man.
If Black Youngster is hanging out in a neighborhood in LA, I'm fully down to watch the footage. It's a fish out of water type scenario. I just want to see how he fits in.
He seemed like he was just being Black Youngster, you know?
And he's such
He
like
was
a
flicked up.
boisterous, like energetic dude that to me, like the idea of Black Youngster, like then going to somebody else's hood and just being cool, fitting in and everything, this is like very interesting to me. Like I seen one of those clips that it looked like one of the dudes was holding his phone up to Black Youngster's ear, playing his
So he could
music
hear the
for him.
song.
Damn.
I'm like,
right.
wow, Black Youngster gets the same shit that I gotta deal with too. That's cool.
teamwork.
It's so annoying.
Yeah,
Did he
bro.
take it well?
It seemed like he was just dealing with
Bro,
it.
you have to, nigga. What do you mean you're in their hood?
You gotta just listen.
Are you joking? You can't say shit, nigga. You better listen to the
On
shit.
Melrose, when people be coming up to me, oh,
You
this
could
is
be
my
like-
song,
you could
I'm
be
on
like-
8 Zans. I'm like, bro, get the fuck away from me. That happened a lot.
But if you were in a nigga set and
Yeah.
you shooting a video and you had to get some hood permission to shoot that video,
You're
nigga,
listening to everyone's
You
song
better
there.
listen to everybody's song.
this
nigga.
guy might have never left this fucking block. He doesn't know how weird it is to walk up to somebody with an iPhone and stick it to their
But
ear.
also,
you know?
he might stick that Glock in your face, nigga, if you say some disrespectful shit to him in the hood.
Probably not Black Youngster, but
Probably
in
not Black
general,
Youngster,
It would be
yeah.
enough for him to be like, fuck Black Youngster. I don't like that guy.
Exactly. I don't know, bro.
I like Black Youngster.
I'm not. I'm just saying, nigga. Nigga, Nipsey got killed by a nigga in his hood.
That
bro.
was the exact scenario that I was thinking of, is that Nipsey basically like disrespected a clown and then a clown killed him. So
Exactly.
it's like, that's a weird thing to keep in mind, that it's not always going to be the toughest guy who
Bro,
fucking
that's
is down
what-
to do some wild shit. It might be
Listen.
the stupidest, craziest dude
Listen,
too.
some-
That has nothing to lose.
Bro, that's what I was trying to tell one of my good homies this the other day, bro. Like he was like beefing it with this nigga, and I'm like, bro, like, yeah, we know he's a bitch, like whatever. He's not gonna try to fight you. I'm like, bro, but like, you gotta understand, like, nigga, you're way bigger, way more athletic than this nigga. Like he's scared of you, bro. Like he might pop you just because he is so much in fear of you. And like the homie's just super masculine, like that nigga ain't gonna do shit. He a bitch. I'm like, you ain't listening, bro. Like nigga might be, because fear is a fucking motivator to do some crazy shit, bro. And I'm just like,
100%.
it's not worth you beefing with this nigga and losing your life over nothing. Over what? You know you could beat his ass. You know he's a bitch. You know he's a bum. Like what do you?
I was just talking to Yak Gotti about that, like when he first got locked up and he was like 16 walking in there and he just fucking had to like, I think he said he actually managed to avoid like his first fight, but like somebody tried to punk him. He was about to square up with him and like everybody saw that he was about to really just fight and they stopped it right there because they realized like, okay, he's about his shit. Let's not actually make him fucking go through this on day one.
Damn, that's cool.
You know?
I never heard that before. That's fire.
Just let it happen. Yeah, but I think he's really from the neighborhood. So
No,
people
that's
probably
fine. No,
fucked
that's
with him
fine.
a little bit already.
I feel like, yeah, I got it. How you
Where's he
doing?
from,
I'm yeah, I
Atlanta?
got it.
Yeah.
I got bodies on bodies.
He's an Atlanta guy. He told me he lived right around the corner from the Wendy's that got burnt to a crisp after the man was killed by the police this weekend, which is pretty.
Bro,
It's not fucking stopping.
must
It's
have been
the
crazy.
fact that I think 120 people have
in
died
20 days or something.
in
like
20
that,
days
from cops.
have died from cops since this situation. It just
Past
it's
couple
fucking
weeks, yeah.
it's just mind-boggling, bro. I can't even like begin to even like.
And I'm
I don't
only
even know,
seeing
dude.
people on Twitter talk about it, but like the people found hanging.
Oh my god, this
It's
is. The
just-
I mean, I don't
craziest
have a
shit.
Twitter. I've been seeing that too. But
I mean, it's like impossible to imagine. Like, why would so many black people be hanging themselves? But then at the same
No,
time, like
they're
when
not.
when the cops say like there wasn't a sign of struggle or whatever, it's like
he's like, yeah, there was no struggle. What do you mean, like?
like
'cause-
that. But I mean, you know, if you were to take somebody and like bring them to a tree and hang them up, then there would be a lot of struggle, presumably a bunch of like,
I want to
little
see
wounds
the
and whatnot.
fucking independent.
Exactly.
What is it called?
Yeah.
Examiner,
Yeah,
medical
exactly.
examiners, not
'Cause
what the police are telling us
Neither
happened.
neither scenario makes any fucking sense to me, because why would there just be like a rash of people killing themselves in the same way?
Nah, bro, come on. Like we don't even need to debate that because we know that that's bullshit. It's
Sounds
like
crazy.
why even tap into it, bro?
But how would all these different police departments also be in
Come up with the
cahoots
same-
to say that they weren't?
But you know
lynched?
why? It's because they're all in cahoots. Because my nigga, they're all fucking on some white.
Protect blue, whatever.
Fucking yeah, bro. They're all on that shit together. That's why.
I'm gonna admit that when I first with the whole Wendy's situation and stuff, it's crazy because when you actually see the video, watching the video, it left me like with absolutely no doubt in my mind that they had no reason to shoot that guy. You know,
He was running
Bro, he
away.
the situation is fucking crazy though when you actually see him pointing the fucking taser at the cops and shit. But then like the moment when he shoots him, like the guy is taking like 10 full fucking steps running away from them, and it's just like. How do you shoot somebody at that point?
It's like, listen,
for having
like,
a non-lethal weapon in their hand.
listen, it's like, okay, the laws about if I shoot you or something, and like how strict it is, and like, you know, like you have to be.
If you're running away, it's not kosher,
bro. It's like you're going to jail. Like that's murder, and it's like, why aren't they upheld to the same standard? Why the fuck do we have to keep seeing it? Like we are literally in the middle of like fucking our whole society being crumbled at our feet because of all this crazy shit going on, and it's still happening. It's still happening.
It's crazy to see though that cop got fired pretty much immediately, and the fucking police chief resigned, which to me is I don't necessarily understand how the fuck that even makes things better. Man. Because if there was a good police chief, what does them resigning do? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But I mean that right there, like the police chief resigning and the cop resigning or getting fired. That's pretty much like unheard of. Like that never has happened that fast in like the history of this sort of thing, which is just kind of mind blowing. The things are changing so fast.
But then you have that, and then you have the one girl's killers. Her Breonna Taylor's killers. The fucking cops are still on the
They
force.
haven't been arrested. Yeah,
Nothing. Like
Well,
they haven't even. They're not even like on leave or nothing like that.
Has the Atlanta cop been arrested? I know he got fired, but has he gotten
he
charged?
hasn't been arrested yet. I think that when you actually look at like the laws of like what cops are supposed to do and stuff, I don't think that they're going to be able to actually prosecute that cop for doing what he did in that moment, regardless of the fact that. Because of the fact that he had just pointed the taser at him and just taken it off of him.
He's not going to die from a taser. And I saw on the news that the taser at one point it was pointed backwards just because he was so inebriated.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that just realistically, though, those charges won't stick. So if they do try to arrest him and charge him, it's probably not going anywhere.
Okay, this is a question I have. Don't they have a thing where if you are running away from the cops in a car and it's too dangerous that they just back off and they don't chase you? If it's like
so.
if it's a high speed pursuit and it's too crazy, if it's like
they won't just shoot your car if you're in like a high speed chase.
No, but I'm saying just in general, like I think there's something. I think they've been like trained or something where it's like if it's too dangerous, if the car's too fast or something. I've always heard niggas say like, oh, like this car is too fast, like they won't even try to chase after you or some shit like that, right? Why can't the same thing be implemented where it's like, if someone runs away, just like catch them later or fucking like, why do you have to murder them?
Because kill them? What is that guy realistically gonna do in that moment? He's gonna run
away.
His life. He's probably gonna hide in somebody's backyard,
hide in his house.
He's gonna if he could get back to his house, he's gonna hide there. Either way, all these roads lead to him getting arrested. The cops had already taken his fucking information. They knew exactly who he was. They know his address. There's no like as much as this guy has a taser and he's on the run and he's drunk, whatever. It's like you're gonna be able to find him within probably a couple hours. But you didn't have to shoot him.
Look, this is the thing. This is where it gets into like this is like systematic, and this is like shit that is instilled within these officers where it's like they just have hatred towards people of color and they don't know how to make these decisions in the moment, and they're just fucking killing people, and it's just like it's just not stopping.
How they're so like excited to shoot. It seems
they're going into it like that.
I mean, the crazy thing about that situation is that like those guys both get overpowered by one drunk ass dude so bad. Like they're both laying on top of them and they can't stop them.
It's a fucking ego thing. They feel hurt. Did you see that video where like the 4 cops and the guy is like at like a bus stop or something? His like hands are up. And
my god, that one is so fucking bad. The white guy is like a homeless guy. Yeah, for people who don't know what we're talking about, it's basically a ton of huge, heavily armed
like
cops.
They had like big ass like AR-15s.
Huge, and it's a homeless guy sleeping at a bus station, and they yell at him and like wake him up and basically tell him like, you know, lay down, put your hands on the ground, whatever. And he keeps saying, fuck you. And they say, if you put your hands by your waistline, we're going to shoot you. And he kind of like moves his hands a little bit towards his waistline, and you just see him dead right there. And
that had nothing to do with race or nothing like that. That was just on some, bro, like the nigga was homeless and crazy and like wasn't even like, you know how many homeless interactions I see all the time where like the cops don't fucking need like. I don't even
if
know
that guy had grabbed a gun from his waistline and they actually like, if they had given it, like, let's say
2
that's what he was
seconds
doing. I'm assuming he didn't have a gun.
Probably had no weapon
But
on him at
if
all.
they had given him 2 seconds to do whatever he was about to do in that moment, he's a fucking homeless crackhead.
They were
I don't
so
know that, but he's basically probably not all there.
And they were so far away from him, like, bro,
Yeah.
like, there's no way he would have pulled out a
You're
gun and
not
shot you.
You're not threatened right there. And let's say this guy pulls out a fucking revolver. He's not going to be able to kill anyone. Like, he's just so not a
They are
threat.
Not
they are
that
never
fast.
threatened. Sandra Bland wasn't a fucking threat to this cop because she was smoking a cigarette. You know, like George Floyd wasn't a fucking a threat to this nigga with your knee on his neck. Like they're never like it's never a threatening situation. They're just over. I'm getting too, bro. It's really like pissing me off because this shit is like, it's just never gonna stop, bro. But it's like, I don't know, like we have to fucking overthrow the whole fucking like system. Like I don't know, I don't have the answers, bro. This shit's like, what are we supposed to do?
Trump passed some kind of police reform measure today, or like agreement to work on police reform or something, which is like kind of bizarre to see.
Isn't he the one that wants to shoot the looters?
He literally said that. That's why, like, sometimes you feel like there's things that Trump is like doing and saying publicly that are so different than what he's saying on his Twitter, and it feels like, oh, these are like
The
things
fact that we're even talking
I
about
don't
the
know.
president fucking tweeting wild shit is just like,
Crazy.
You guys thinking about going to the Chaz?
oh, in Seattle,
Yeah, you know about that? The Capitol
Seattle-
Hill Autonomous Zone.
they fucking, bro. First of all, I love Seattle. I spent a lot of time
Love
in
it.
Seattle.
Love it.
And
Wait, never been there. Never mind.
I love Seattle.
Wait, have I?
We've
They
been
have
there
really good
together.
food.
Me and you?
Yeah,
Oh,
on
we're on
tour.
tour.
Oh, yes,
That
exactly.
was an
But I'm-
eventful night.
For a second, I thought that I'd never actually been there. Yeah, Lil Pump almost
No.
killed someone there. That was cool.
No, but I'm saying just Seattle is a really great city, and just like I have a homie who has been like, you know, feeding me intel about what's going on there on the streets and shit, and he's saying it's really crazy, like the like the white racist gangs and shit are like really shooting at people during protests and like
Goddamn.
all types of crazy
So
shit.
all these protesters took over like a 6-block section of the city, and they basically they say no cops are allowed there, like nobody's allowed to get in there. There's just crazy shit happening every day. There's a rapper who's actually been on No Jumper who's part of this.
Who?
But Baby's son.
That's who I was talking about.
It
when I said
is,
was
right?
gonna
Yeah,
be.
okay. I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it.
I don't know if he's a part of it. Allegedly, I don't know.
His
what-
tweets in past days have made me convinced that he is definitely out there in the
Goddamn.
field.
No,
in the
he's-
Chaz. He's in the Chaz.
in the Chaz.
what
Shout
are
out my boy,
what are
man.
they doing on these 8 blocks?
Because you know he apparently they overthrew one of the precincts. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
Did they take over the precinct there?
They
I thought
took-
that was in Minneapolis, but
Oh.
they definitely just have like this area where cops aren't allowed. Nobody can get in there. They have a garden allegedly. They're like working on like growing some crops for everybody there and stuff.
Jesus.
So they're gonna live there.
That's the idea, is that they're taking, but there are like businesses that I'm pretty sure are still operating in that area.
They're
I'm
just
not
like making
100%.
a cop-free safe haven.
Yeah, but
Maybe I need to talk. Like he was texting me kind of some like not erratic things, but he was texting me in an erratic manner to where I was just kind of like not really grasping everything he was trying to say.
I mean, he was saying some stuff about basically that, like,
Shout
he
out to
was
him,
going to
bro.
have to go dark on social media and stuff because he didn't want to, like, get caught up or what. I mean, you just wonder at what point is the mayor or whatever going to get sick of them having this area and decide that they're just going to take it back. It's pretty unprecedented that they've been able to do this for however many weeks that they have had it. Maybe not unprecedented because there was a lot of stuff during the Occupy Wall Street shit, I suppose, but...
Honestly, this shit is all just it doesn't even seem real, bro. It seems like some movie shit, and it's like we're living in a fucking revolution right now. We're living in a crazy time, and honestly, this is gonna be some crazy shit for us to look back on and talk about in fucking 10 years.
That's why I'm going to the Chaz and I'm gonna live there.
I just
And-
hope that there's radical reform because we need
we
it.
need some type of change, bro. Black is not a crime, bro. Shout out to Fresh Dye for the
You know,
shirt.
I really like your shirt.
It's just like, it's not even just that though, bro. Like we just talked about a fucking, we just talked about a homeless white nigga getting killed. We're having all these crazy problems with ICE and all these children going missing. It's like,
No.
it's not just, it's so much fucked up shit going on, bro. We just need to change about all of it. We need to change all of it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't got the answers, bro. I'm far furthest from the smartest nigga to sit here and tell you what to do, bro. But man, y'all at home just do your independent research, man. I keep seeing a whole bunch of stop resisting comments
That's
in the
pissing me
fucking
off. I'm not even
in
gonna
the
speak on
fucking
it.
chat, and I'm just like, bro, like,
How do you guys feel about Skai Jackson using her platform to basically expose a shitload of racist 13-year-olds?
That's
seen
fire.
this?
I didn't know she
I
did
love
that,
that.
but I love that for her.
Her social media, I've followed her for a couple of years. She hit me up one time, told me she's a big No Jumper fan. But she,
Shout out to her, man.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. She which is pretty crazy when you think about it, that she's like on Disney and shit. So she has like a pretty.
I saw her at the
she
X
was,
concert
right?
in LA.
Oh right, yeah.
She was on stage.
I met her because she went backstage to meet Lil Pump a couple years ago.
Yeah, facts.
And
There's a video of this, isn't it?
there is, yes. And she has basically like taken her platform, and now people are like sending her videos of different people that they go to school with saying the N-word and whatnot, and she is fully out there exposing motherfuckers.
love
Now, I do worry a little bit about it with her because there has been like one person that she exposed that then they figured out that it wasn't real, and she had to then like clean it up for him and like delete the post and explain and everything.
That's
And-
something that could be very detrimental to somebody, and they could probably
Very.
sue you or whatever. But
And it's like, on one hand, like, yeah, if you're a 13-year-old saying the N-word on Snapchat, you're probably like, you should expect to get exposed, you fucking dumbass. But at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, how young are some of these kids that are basically going to be Googleable for this kind of stuff for the rest of their lives, you know?
that's like Justin Bieber, one less lonely
I
nigger.
cannot believe he did that.
There was a Joe Budden podcast episode where he found out
One
about
less
that.
lonely nigger.
I guess Joe didn't know about
Yeah,
it.
he still talks about it to this day, I think.
I mean, yeah,
Did you
I
guys
forgot
see-
for a long time too, and then I saw it again, and I was
so
like, man, that
crazy.
was some crazy ass shit.
I mean, because like, I don't know. I never experienced this because I'm black, but I could see a whole bunch of like young white kids sitting around thinking that that's funny to each other. I'm
he
not
was
saying.
mad famous and rich by that point, which is kind of the amazing part about it, you know?
He was like,
Where did he do that?
he was like
video
backstage
and
of like
why?
a show or some shit, like too. Like,
Was he
what the
on
fuck?
like what platforms were there for him to like record that and
I
put
think
it
it was
out
just like
on?
an iPhone clip of,
Yeah, just
of
like a-
him
like a
just
phone
sitting
clip of
there
him.
doing
I know,
it.
but like, how did it come out? Did he post it?
Why would he
He
post
definitely
that?
didn't post
Mm-hmm.
it.
He did not post that.
crazy.
Whoever recorded it in the room.
There was
posted
no
it.
moment where he would have thought that that was a good idea, I guess.
Nah, I can almost guarantee
Bro,
you.
the
You know-
video of Howard Stern saying the N-word that I saw
yeah.
today is, you saw it with
Today?
the full blackface
No,
and
no,
everything?
no.
Oh my
He had blackface
God.
on?
No, he didn't say it today. I believe it's from 93, but it's basically a clip of him, and he's just like, he's wearing full blackface. He says the N-word about 15 fucking times. He's making all kinds of crazy ass racist jokes.
I mean, did we not expect that from Howard Stern? Really? He's
I mean-
one of the most disrespectful.
But I've been a fan of Howard Stern since maybe 97 or whatever, and this video's
But are you
3-4
really
years
putting
before
this?
that.
You putting that past Howard Stern?
I was definitely surprised that there was ever a time in which that was thought to be acceptable in any way. Like, it's just so, like, in the 90s, like, even if that clip was from the 70s, I would have been like, holy fuck, I cannot believe that there was a time where this was considered an A. Because keep in mind, Howard Stern's co-host his entire career has been Robin, who's a black woman, and she's in the video clip, like, communicating with him. And there's definitely a moment where it seems like she is a wee bit offended and
wee
not
bit?
really
Wee bit?
sure. I mean, you know, she has gone on to do the show with him for like another 30 years after this, so apparently it didn't stick too hard.
If
but
you ever start blurting out the N word on the show, I'm not continuing on with the show with you. I'm
Or
sorry.
wearing
that would,
blackface?
that would be a weird, yeah, oh man.
How do you
that would
feel
be a weird
about people
precedent.
comparing
we
you
might
to
just-
Howard Stern? You're
I
the
mean,
new Howard Stern.
Aside from what we were discussing right now, wow, what an amazing compliment.
You're Coward Stern.
Ooh, white power Stern. That's what we're going to
No.
call
Oh
him
my
now.
No.
fucking god.
No, because playing poker, they always people always comment WP, which it took me a moment to realize that they mean well played.
Oh my god, I
'Cause
thought it was something
I
else.
thought-
I
Yeah.
always saw WP as white power, like because whenever
Everybody-
I would look into old bands and
he's
shit,
like,
that's what
he's
it would
like
be.
me and all my friends. We used to, whenever we said WP to each other, that's what we meant.
No, I was thinking about that. I don't think I never met a racist person in my time in like the punk and hardcore scene. It was
That
always
is
so
cap, really?
That's super cap.
Okay,
I feel like
well-
all of them have those tattoos.
maybe like racist, but not like there's like some like punk
Yeah.
skinhead type people who are like, that
Like-
is their thing,
like
is that
they're
they're
like
about
Nazis.
spreading Nazism, whatever.
Yeah.
I never ran into that, but that was always Boston's thing too. Is that
Yeah.
there was always this folklore legend that the hardcore crews in Boston ran the Nazis out of the
I know.
scene and shit.
I used to watch the
the FSU documentary on National
Yes.
Geographic. Yes,
That shit's fired.
that was fine. But it's crazy
I was a
too,
kid watching that too. I was like, damn, these niggas are tight.
because years later, without getting
They
into
came out to be racist too.
well, like basically, like a lot of the hardcore gangs ended up sort of like affiliating themselves with like motorcycle gangs, right?
Who were
A lot of the motorcycle gangs are like full on Nazi type shit. So then, like, I remember years later, there were photos of certain people from certain crews, and they'd be like just hanging out with a motherfucker who like has a literal swastika on his fucking motorcycle jacket, and it's
Jesus
like,
Christ.
wasn't this
It's
an
like, what
anti-racist thing? But like at the end of the day, like on the East Coast.
Shit, crazy.
The motorcycle
bro.
gangs are the toughest dudes.
Yeah, no,
and
facts,
realistically,
yeah.
probably here in a lot of respects as well. Like they're organized. You cannot fuck with them. You cannot disrespect them. They will fucking do what they need to do to you. I mean, I don't know.
Shit, crazy, bro.
You're pointing at him like
No, I want
he
the
should join
vape.
a motorcycle gang. Oh,
You
yeah,
know-
let's all vape.
You know what I was? We don't have to shout him out today.
You know what I will shout out though? These good unreleased FTP Lakai sneaks. Shout out to motherfucking Zach.
Same.
Shout out to FTP.
Shout out to Zach coming through. My
Yes,
guy.
sir. I got the cooler ones.
Yeah,
Well, he
you
has
think?
both. I only got one pair.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, can you just speak with your mouth and say that you want?
I don't want people who are listening to this on Spotify or SoundCloud
To know that you're a Nick fiend.
No, to just I don't want to interrupt the conversation with
Oh, you
give me that.
fiend for the Nick.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna probably hype beasties and like not skate them and not wear them all the time. I'm gonna
Whenever FTPs are usually like the best shoes for riding bikes that I ever get. Like
They said, "Why wear Lakais if you're not gonna skate, pussy?"
because you know why? Because it's called drip.
Yeah, it's called drip. Exactly. Drip.
These are the
drip
10.
facts?
You want me to skate the
It's a drip-
10-year anniversary?
drip facts.
You want me to
Drip facts?
skate? You want me to skate the 10-year anniversary FTPs?
Y'all got drip facts?
I'll skate those ones actually.
Whenever
These
I
are-
skate, I just wear some regular ass Vans. Not
Whenever
skate,
I
ride
skate.
bikes. I ride bikes. You know, I'm about to get stem cells shot into my arm, so I might have a little trip report about what that's like soon.
What?
Wait, what do you mean?
Why?
Well, basically, I've been dealing with tendonitis, which is like inflammation of like the muscle that is like the connection between your elbow and your forearm and
Okay.
shit. So I got it back in like 2012. My arm is healed, but it's still like it just hasn't like fully healed. Like the muscle basically like heals, but then it still hurts and just is not nearly as strong. And I basically found out that stem cells are considered like a really, really good way to deal with this. Like, and what happened is like
You're gonna
2-3
be, like,
months ago.
eating aborted feces.
That is it, feces.
feces.
No,
I
but
didn't
You
mean
just
to.
have arthritis
It
'cause you're
comes
old?
from umbilical cords and like fallopian tubes and shit.
You're
I
gonna
think.
get what's it called? Your child's umbilical cord
And just eat it.
injected
I
into you?
actually probably could if I wanted to wait 5 months, but no, it's going to
Whoa.
presumably be
Whose
coming.
is it?
I don't know. They just have stem cells, like whatever. However
Okay.
the fuck they do it.
Do y'all remember the nigga who like played Superman or something, and then he ended up being in the
Clark
wheelchair?
Kent?
No,
well,
not the,
in a
The,
wheelchair.
actual
the actual
character.
actor.
Fuck. Christopher
But-
Reeves.
Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Do you ever see that South Park episode? He was like eating the aborted fetuses.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's
That's about to be you. It's like on some stem cells.
Can't you drink your
The placebo.
Yes. I remember Kim Kardashian.
placenta. The placebo.
The
Placebo is what's in the birth control.
Placebo effect.
No, but okay. Let me say this. The other day, I had to go get an MRI in Beverly Hills, right, to just fucking scan the muscle area because they need to be able to prove that it's fucked up before they shoot the stem cells into it or whatever. So when you get an MRI, you basically they put you into this
Yeah.
really tight.
That shit's
tube,
really weird.
And they had to do it for each forearm, so it's like 15 minutes inside this fucking tube with you have earplugs in because it's so fucking loud.
Jeez.
And then by the end, they have like basically like a photo or evidence of whatever the fuck's going on with your muscle. And then like after I get down from being in the thing, I get like fucking lightheaded. But
Yeah.
I get lightheaded as I'm walking from the MRI machine to the fucking front desk. And as I'm walking to the front desk, after I left the lobby, there's all of a sudden these two cool looking black women who are wearing like cool outfits and have tats. And I'm fucking lightheaded and like I almost fall over onto them as I'm walking out. It would have been absolutely the most embarrassing fucking thing in my entire life, but somehow I like regained my composure and did not fall onto them and their cool tats. So
So you were off the perk.
I was off the lightheadedness.
I thought you were gonna say a completely different story. I thought you were gonna faint all over these people.
That would have
and
been fire.
If I had fallen on,
They would have been like, oh my
what
god.
are these cool outfits?
Yeah. What do you?
I don't remember exactly. It was just like, you know, in that moment,
cool,
it struck me
cool
as like,
woman
he
with
been
cool
like-
tattoos.
He
They
been
look
like
cool. They
He
had
been
cool
like
tats.
fashion. They were like Fashion Over partners with like fake butts
oh
and,
no,
and hella tattoos.
they looked more like dangerous, like a little bit more like
Like from the
I
set.
don't know. They weren't like flexing their sexiness. They were like
Here we go.
they were ready for.
Racially profiled.
I don't know.
And he mentioned that they're in Beverly Hills, so he was super looking at them.
He was like,
I was like collapsing, like midway through passing out. Do you ever get this where you're like sitting down for like a long period of time and you get up really fast and you're like, ugh.
Well, I have a lot of experiences with MRIs because when I was a kid, I would get really weird migraines and my nose would bleed out of nowhere when I was like way
I used
too.
to get a lot of nosebleeds too.
When I was like very young, so they thought it was something wrong with me for a long time.
And then the migraines just stopped.
I mean, they still come and go now, but like my nose doesn't bleed randomly. Wow. Like
So
that's why
checking your brain.
That's why I always was weirded out when people like did hella coke and their nose would bleed, and like I feel like I've done more coke than a lot of people.
You never had problems in there?
Never.
Really?
Do you have a deviated septum?
Probably not. I have one. I probably stopped before it got.
How much coke do you have to do to get a deviated septum?
Like, okay, look, anytime I ever felt like I really was about to OD or like I was about to have a heart problem or something.
Like anytime, like it just happened so many times.
No, yeah, I swear to God, bro. What? I felt like I was gonna die off doing drugs multiple times. Like
so
where I was
terrifying.
laying in bed, like praying, like God, please, if you get me through this, I'll never do this shit again. You feel me?
And then what happens 1 week later?
I mean, I haven't done anything in like almost like a month now, but.
I think I've been there where you like
No,
you did so much coke and you're sort of like just laying in bed and you're like, wow,
It's
like the
literally-
way my heart feels right now
Like,
could
this is
not
not
be
normal.
good.
Yeah.
This is bad.
It's like purgatory because it's like you're not sleeping, but
Purgatory, make that shirt.
you're super.
Fire.
What, purgatory jersey?
Purgatory.
Purgatory.
Not
Nah,
drip
but
facts.
yeah.
No, is that a drip fact?
Not drip facts.
No, but like honestly, like I kind of like I know it leaves room for judgment and all that shit, but I like opening up and like telling stories like that because a lot of people really think that shit is like all fun and games and it's all cool and shit. And it's like, bro, I literally felt like I was gonna die off of the perk before and all that shit. And it's like, bro, you don't want to go down that path, man. So. You know,
Drugs are bad, pills are bad.
I think people think that when we talk about shit like that on here or we open up about it, it's like we're glorifying it, and I think it's the exact opposite. I think we're more of warning kids that they don't want to do this.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest with the world out there. If you want to be successful, and even if by successful you just mean like having a good job and a family or a girlfriend or whatever, that is hard. Like in our world today, that is a challenge to be able to even just accomplish like having a decent life. Being on drugs or having like a drug issue that you're dealing with is going to make that task like 10 times fucking harder. So it's like any kind of substance abuse is like the best advice, believe it or not, the best advice that anybody can give you is basically like don't fuck around with drugs or getting super into drinking or, you know, like I feel like I can handle my weed, but you know, there's definitely plenty of people that probably can't.
Yeah, and then once someone does get addicted, trying to get off of it is like
such a bitch.
It's so much easier to get into it than try to get out of it.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
I have friends who so much potential, like God, like a lot of people that I can think of who had so much potential who just either died or fucking just are just washed.
You know what was a crazy story I had never heard of until the homie Juice told me recently about this guy Lil Baby, the basketball player.
Oh, what was the story with him? I forget.
That he got like drafted to the NBA. And like the night he didn't drink, he didn't do drugs, whatever. The night he got drafted, they went out and party. He said, "Fuck it," and like did some coke and fucking had a heart attack and died.
So crazy.
First time ever doing it.
Yeah, my dad used to always talk
Literally,
about him.
Literally the day he got drafted into the NBA.
But I'm gonna be real with you. Is like I feel like some people, like when you say that you've never had a problem with your nose. I know people who like did coke for like a year and had such fucked up issues with their nose that they basically had to stop. I've known people who like smoked for a couple of years and ended up getting like crazy like lung and throat issues. Like some people like Len Bias, I don't know, maybe he just did way too much coke or whatever, but I would guess that he just did not have the fucking heart to handle that. I know some dudes who still like do coke every night. They're fucking 50 something years old, like
that's
BMX
insane,
dudes.
Dude.
I can't wrap my head around what it would be like to just do coke for 20 years right now. I don't think there's any way that I would survive.
Bro,
but they're rocking.
The fact that I am about to be 26 and I'm like, nigga, I've been doing coke since I was like, I first did coke at like 18, I want to say, you know?
Almost 10 years.
And I'm like, bro, that's when I was like, yo.
What was your first line like?
I was, okay.
Tell us about the line.
Was
it a bump?
We were cool with the plug. So it was like, my homies had this older homie who was the plug. And we were just like sitting in the car and they were all doing it. And like by this time, it was like a slow thing where it was like we found out the one homie was doing it, and like everybody was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then we found out the other homie was doing it, and then it was like next thing I know, everyone I was hanging out with had done it or like was like, "Yo, like it's fire, you should try it." And like they all like,
It's fire. You should try.
no, I
it.
swear to God, it was
When
like
you're young, you're like, all right.
it was like it literally was to the point to where it's like I was scared to do it, and I think I put it on my gums the first couple
Oh, yeah,
times.
the gummies.
And when I was
I don't
really
understand gummies.
when
I
I
did
was
that one time many years before I actually did it.
that's what I'm saying. So and
Yeah.
I was really drunk too, and I was like, whoa, like either being drunk and being like 16, like whoa, like my mouth is numb. What the fuck is this? So I didn't actually like do it until after that, and then I remember I didn't know you had to exhale before you take the line, and I just blew all the coke away.
I've done that
You
before.
were that guy?
But like I said, the plug was the one who was supplying it to us. He didn't really care.
It's really crazy when I think about living downtown, and like there were girls I would hang out with who, when I think back on it now, they were just blatant Xanax abusers.
Yeah, facts.
And I would never be able to hang out with somebody who was like that now.
anymore, yeah.
But back then, like this was just normal
was
girls I
normal.
was kicking it with, and they were off bars every day like crazy. And it hadn't fully locked. Like there was a girl that I basically like dated for a couple months, and when I think back
Yeah.
on it now, I'm like, oh, she was a meth head. Like she was doing meth
remember
that
that
whole
one.
time.
Remember that
What?
one?
And I didn't know because I just wasn't in tune.
There was a
with-
couple girls that I knew that like that back then.
Insane.
Yeah. Now I feel like I couldn't get. I feel
couldn't
like I
even get
couldn't
close
get
to
tricked into thinking that somebody was like not
No.
off drugs when they were because I
Yeah.
just kind of know what all the drugs are like.
Yeah, that's fact. Yep.
Especially when they're not sleeping for like 3 weeks. They
Yeah.
just go to
Yeah.
bed. And
You
they're
just think like, wow,
they're
this
just-
guy's got quite the work ethic.
They're just laying there with their eyes open.
I can't believe that it's 2020 and I know bitches that still are on shit like that. You know, still fucking taking Xans every day.
Wow. You know what's funny is that if you look through girls' Instagrams, like LA party girls, you'll see some of them with balloons. You're like, oh, she's a nitrous head.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
I don't know if that means you're ahead because you
Nah,
took a
yeah.
little picture with the balloon.
But listen, if you can't even not have it in your hand for like a
picture.
couple of different photos, then there's a pretty high chance that you off the nos.
or you could just be young thugging it, like you know, you trying to like flex it. It's like funny.
I wonder how much nitrous those guys are doing too. I mean, I kind of have an idea. I wonder how much you have
covered
to
it.
do to really get in trouble though.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like everyone's body is so different. It's like nigga, like this girl who does not do this at all. The last time that I like was hitting the whippets, I was like doing it just straight from the canister, and she was like, you know, you can like freeze your lungs like that. And
That
da,
is
da, da.
true, yeah.
And I was like, damn, you're right, but like,
Oh God.
but
That's why they use the balloon, or actually though, like, but the canister I think is fine. Like that's what it's doing is it's cracking the cartridge,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
or no, because then you're still supposed to put it in a balloon. I think.
yeah, 'cause, like you put the cartridge in, you twist it, and then you want to release it into a balloon.
to
or
be
something.
So
honest,
you're
like-
not supposed to do it.
Oh,
straight
I was
from
just
that.
doing it straight from the mouth. I always do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
during my
do it
time
straight
at
from
the
the mouth.
at the YSL mansion, they were
just doing it straight from the mouth.
straight out the canister.
Damn,
yeah.
I wonder how many fucking canisters they have just laying around.
That girl I was telling you about, the girl I was telling you about earlier, she dropped a number, and I was like, whoa, they did that many? That's a
I
lot.
think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do actually.
Next level shit.
cannot
Can I tell you
stand
guys
Kim.
something? I'm pretty sure I
Cam
consumed,
Girl is the funniest person of all time.
pause, but I consumed an entire season of 90 Day Fiance.
You just got into that?
Since the last time I saw you guys, I watched
Good.
an entire season.
Which season
Did
did
you
you
watch the most recent one with the no neck guy?
No, now we're watching that one. But
That guy's
because
crazy.
What
that's-
season is that one? I need to watch that
The
one.
most recent one, season 5
But
or
that's
6.
90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So it's like in
You're really
preparation.
tapped into this.
No, because what we watched.
There's a lot of them.
We watched the
This
most
is preg-
recent
this
season
is
on
pregnant
Hulu
vibes.
of 90 Day Fiance. So like the most notable characteristics is like there's this really fat white girl named Nicole, and she's dating this Muslim guy from Morocco named Azan.
I love that.
And it is, I mean, it's unbelievable. At first, I felt so bad for her because he's like telling her she needs to lose weight. He's telling her she's lazy and that she just
Dope-
like
they called
blah,
you
blah,
Dope
blah.
Sick 22.
I wish I was dope sick, but
Okay.
But then
He
like
was calling her fat and lazy.
and lazy and telling her she needs to go to the gym and that she eats bad and stuff. But then as you get to know her, you start to realize like, whoa, this guy's right. Like she really is fucked. Like she needs to do something with herself. So
Damn.
she's never worked out. She
How fat is she?
only eats fast food. She's very large, to be totally honest.
What do you
And
mean by only eats fast food though? Like she didn't eat anything else?
she's like at the market in his country of Morocco or whatever, and she's just never Like the idea of like buying like a chicken and not from like Walmart or McDonald's is like mind blowing to her. It's pretty fucking wild.
I don't think I've watched that season.
There's a lot of great characters on the season. It was incredible.
I want you to watch the season with fucking Muhammad.
I keep hearing about Muhammad. What season is that?
Such a fucking prick. I hate
I'm trying
him.
to find the one with the Jamaican dude and like the white girl.
I know the Jamaican guy is a rapper in Jamaica.
Soulja Boy. No.
It's-
Soulja Boy is in Nigeria on this new
What do you mean,
season.
Soulja Boy?
SOJA. Right. Like apparently nobody told this guy that there's a.
That there is an inner like.
But
what?
bro, Soulja Boy is literally dating like a woman who's probably 58 years
That's
old,
fire.
like
How
a
old is he?
lame ass white lady. He's probably like late 20s.
That's super
and
fire.
she keeps calling him a celebrity because he has 20,000 followers on Instagram.
I think I watched that one.
She's so
Relatable.
She gets so mad at him just because he has comments on his photos from fans. She's like, his fans and rah rah. She's so mad.
And
That
she's
sounds
like
like the
clicking on
life.
all their profiles and checking out. Like,
Yes.
Yep.
She's
That
like
honestly
basing
sounds
her
like the
whole
life.
life around it. And she's so convinced that this. But I've only like 2 episodes into the season. I cannot wrap my head around what the fuck this guy is doing with this girl. It is mind.
He's getting the check from her. What do you mean?
They're getting the visa.
He's getting the visa. He's getting the check.
I don't know that he's really trying to move to America.
Because
He's trying to have her move over there.
I don't know.
It's because
I don't
he's
know.
living it up in Nigeria. He's a celebrity in Nigeria.
He is. And it doesn't really. I don't know. I'm not that deep in yet, so I don't really like know his true motivation and shit. But like the
You'll
other
see,
one,
it's gonna come out.
I'm gonna
You watch
stop.
it?
I'm gonna stop
No.
going into full detail. But there's another one. There's this like 40-something-year-old lady named Molly, this fat white lady, and she basically goes on vacation to the Dominican Republic.
I saw that. I think I
some
saw that.
random guy named Luis just calls her beautiful. Boom, they're fucking dating. She's got kids, and she has one daughter that's
know.
like 17 or 18, and the daughter is shitting on him so hard, like basically just pointing out how ridiculous this is that her mom's dating this guy, and he is such a fucking jabroni. Like it's just
Jabroni.
He is just so funny, and like at one point he clearly wants to break up with her, so he accuses her of being a Satanist, and like his one line he goes, "Why you got a lot of Buddha?" That's what he says. Like, why you got Buddha all over your house? He goes, "Why you got a lot of Buddha?" And it's like.
What?
Me and Lena literally are like she keeps falling asleep early, to be honest. So like go and shame her in her comments for falling asleep early during 90 Day Fiance. But it's just like it's amazing. I'm having so much fun.
Honestly,
It's a great show. I like all the different fucking versions to the before the 90 days, the after the 90 days. All of them are fucking insane.
the transition of Adam as a person is really hilarious
I
to
know,
me.
he's
Of just
such a
like,
dad now.
yeah, you're like fucking
Watching
like,
90 Day Fiance makes me a
Yeah.
good
bro,
dad.
what?
Yes.
It's just like you would never like Adam 3 years ago is not watching 90 Day
I
Fiance.
think the next step is you're gonna be listening to like R&B, like soft music, the shit that you like.
If
think
you
is,
start
like-
listening to like Brent Fayez, I'm gonna fucking flip my shit.
Never even
just
heard
give
of
it,
it.
give it like 2-ish years.
I got too many hoes.
You know, once I have to start like having a different
But
playlist
they
that I can
ain't
listen to
you.
in front of my
You
daughter,
like
that's
to
gonna be
put that
weird.
shit in your nose.
What's it
You
called?
gotta get
One of
on
our
that.
friends plays AK Bandamont around their baby.
Who? Who?
I'll tell you later.
See,
What? That's fire.
in my mind, I know so many like I see
You need to
Blueface
take-
with his kid on fucking Instagram
You
and
need
stuff.
to
He's
take-
smoking blunts around his kid. He's fucking playing whatever
I know.
music he wants and stuff.
know. I see that all
know
the time.
Lena is never gonna let anything even close to that happen. It's just like
Okay,
I don't know. It's like two different
it-
levels of parents. I kind of want to be Rico Reckless.
bro, listen.
You're
You know?
not smoking a blunt
need to-
around your baby.
Bro,
won't, bro.
you need to take the headphones and just put Rio to Young G just on repeat. I'm tired of being on house arrest. I cut my leg off. Yo, he's the best. I swear to God, he's the best rapper of all time. Me and Blasey figured out it's like a pyramid scheme of like rappers that buy features from Rio the Young OG, and when they upload the video, it says Rio the Young OG featuring this artist, and it automatically boom gets 100,000 views, 800,000 views. You know, like
These nasty ass white boys buying verses.
No, nigga, none of them are white. They're all
really?
the hood artists.
I've seen a lot of white boys doing that throughout my years, and they'll make it like
I know, but
so and so featuring.
No, but it's
or
like
no.
it's a real pandemic where it's like it's so many artists that I've got put it on to just by listening to a random Rio song.
I feel like I've only listened to
It's a
Rio the Young
stimulus
OG
check.
from that Draco album, so I feel like you need to like give me like a
bro.
list of 10 songs. or some shit.
I will send you like fucking hours worth of the most vulgar rap you can ever put your head around.
I'm ready. Because my thing is like doing that Yak Gotti interview today and stuff, and you know what I'm supposed to do today is that guy Rumor, RMR. the dude who had the Rascal Flatts type cover where all the masks and the guns in the video and everything.
Yes.
I guess he didn't feel good today, but we were supposed to do that today.
He's in LA.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, but shout out to RMC Mike too.
You so know what I'm talking about. It was like a country style song that went viral, and they all have masks and guns and shit.
Shout out Babyface Ray. Shout out V's.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm just shouting out all my favorite rappers.
Well, he's very good actually. His voice is amazing. But that like
Rumor.
I feel like I'm finally like getting back into like being hyped on doing interviews again because like honestly the Zoom interviews suck. Like I had some that did real well, and like granted like the Young Buck interview was over Zoom and everything, but it's just like
it's a different feeling.
I don't really get that much satisfaction out of it. There's something about actually like being in that space. Like I felt like that Yak Gotti conversation. We talked for an hour, and he's like brand new artist and shit, and it was just like I don't know. I get so much more like in the zone in real life, you know.
I want to see the RMR one. I was wondering what he's up to because I thought he was just gonna go like, woo, after that video.
He fell back a little, and like he has a record with he has a song Dealer that's really good, and then he has Future and Lil Baby on the remix of that song. And overall, I think that the EP that he just, or I guess it's 8 songs or something that he put out it's pretty good, but it's not a lot of new stuff. It's a lot because like half the songs have already been online, I think. Anyway.
On Stockdale, at the gas station, finna buy some chips. I shot a nigga in the store because he was trying to steal.
You know what I was
It didn't
thinking
sound
about?
like it really rhymed that good.
But
I don't know if you,
he made it rhyme way better.
I believe.
Who was that? Rio?
That was all Rio.
I got to do a deep
Bro,
dive.
just go on
I thought
YouTube.
you were gonna do an interview with him.
I'm down.
What happened to that?
Yeah, I got to get more deeper into it. But
you got if you're gonna do that, it got to be RMC Mike. It got to be him. It got to be like.
My Detroit pass is not fully
Are
stamped
him
right
and
now. I got to
AK
get deeper.
Bandamont still. Never mind.
Sure, yeah.
But that's a big thing too. Is
No,
that
they were like beefing.
Who?
Was it him?
I don't think so.
you don't know?
Yeah.
Leave street stuff to us.
Kim,
Us
you
tough
don't
guys
know
on this side of the
street.
table. You concern yourself
Tough guy?
with whatever.
Tough guy?
Yeah. Very tough.
We beef over here. Okay.
We have guns.
Where?
And we
I don't
beef.
see any.
I don't. That's how serious I am about not bringing it out. Is that I never show you
Exactly until it's time.
what
to,
you think's in that backpack. I
Until
got a
it's time to-
bazooka.
I think a fucking.
Bazooka?
I think a kendama, a blunt, and a fucking laptop.
I don't even smoke blunts anymore. But you are right.
But hey, you know what I've been wondering about?
At what age?
Where's Travis Scott?
Where is he?
Yeah, what's he been doing?
He was in the Nav video.
Cactus Jack.
Yeah, but like, has he come forward about anything or like
About what?
spoke
What do you
up
mean?
He did. He
about-
put out a statement at one point because like people were getting
out a
on his
statement
ass
for what?
about Black Lives Matter and all that.
Oh.
He
was just wondering.
because he
I'm sorry.
was silent for
I'm sorry.
like a long time, like a week or some shit,
Yeah.
and then like he did put out a statement, which was, at a certain point it just became like if you didn't put out a statement, you just looked weird as fuck.
Yeah, it was crazy. On the way here, I first watched
Like
the
there's a
bigger
lot of people that didn't say anything. There's a lot of black artists that didn't
What are you
say
saying?
anything.
I watched The Bigger Picture. I watched YGFTP. I watched.
Which
Shout out
Karaoke made
shout
the
out
video.
he made
Karaoke.
or he shot it and edited it.
I don't know
I
how
thought
much
it
of it
was
he
great.
shot, but he definitely,
I think he like
or actually I don't
directed
even
it.
know if he edited it. I don't know exactly what he did, but he did
I know he has
something.
something to do with it.
Yeah,
The video was great. I loved it. I loved how it looked visually, and I thought it was great.
that's a crazy
Then I
look.
went TJX6, Black Lives Matter,
TJX6 made the hardest.
best song.
Wow.
Wow, I don't even know that. I didn't actually hear
You didn't
it.
listen to it?
Fuck.
It's
It's
really
so
good.
fire on the
Really
like
good.
808 Mafia beat.
I would like to, should I do the thing where I get down on my knee and I like bow to you? Like,
Yes.
Because I haven't heard
No,
it?
I think you
Yes.
have to like wash his feet.
Honestly, I don't want to know what the fuck's going on down there.
What do you mean? I got brand new FTPs on. That's what's going on down
Yeah,
here.
but underneath,
bitch.
I bet you got bunions,
Fuck
calluses,
no, nigga.
corns.
My feet are nice. You want to see them?
Yes. Man, look at your fucking, you got fly shoes and then your,
My feet are nice.
those are nice. I want to lick them.
Don't show
Look
him.
at your, hold your sock up like a rag.
These are my cholo socks.
Those are not regular. Like those
Yeah,
are
they're
too
long.
big. They're
Look.
too long.
Look
They're
how
too
long they are.
loose.
Yeah, that's
You don't need
Are
that.
they knee-high socks?
yeah. I mean, damn.
They're
near.
over his knee.
No, they're just like.
He has a
Like
corset
They're
just
around his
comfortable.
thigh,
Long
too.
No, you know why? You know why? Because these FTPs are a little big, so I had to get some thicker socks.
Oh my god! I saw a viral clip of a kid playing basketball in the hood or some shit, and he got some like the shoes are like fucking 10 sizes too big, and the fucking Snapchat caption says like he
said
he looted those or some shit.
Oh, I seen
The
so
shoes are
many.
so big.
I like they've made like offer up like memes of like niggas being like, "Did you get these from Riff LA?" And someone like, "Maybe."
Oh, God.
Like that shit's so funny.
Oh boy!
It's not funny, but it's funny. I'm sorry. It is
Shout out to all the looters. Anybody want to go looting tonight? Let me know. I'll be out and about. Okay, so
Bunyan 22.
what we're
I don't think I've ever seen a bunion.
My mom, I'm pretty sure, had like surgery on her foot to
Hey,
like remove a
guess
bunion.
whose birthday is today?
Phil.
Take A.
Take it.
AK.
Turned 20.
20 years old, man.
Not going to be out for probably 25 years,
Jeez.
20 years, something along those lines.
Sad story, bro. It's like, I don't, like, I'm very indifferent about the situation. 'cause
Most successful rapper of all time to have never performed never performed like that's like the most successful song to have never been performed live.
Yeah.
I think I
No.
read that. It's pretty crazy.
I believe it. I believe it.
Damn.
Huh? Tupac's birthday
also
too.
Tupac's birthday.
I'm a
Happy
Tupac
birthday,
fanatic,
Tupac.
man. I still listen to Tupac
What
from time to time.
What if Tupac was reincarnated as Take A?
What if he might have been? We don't know.
Don't think so.
I
We
mean,
probably
there.
wouldn't be able to tell.
I mean, his raps are honestly on some next level shit.
If reincarnation was real and you were the reincarnated version of something else, then I don't think you ever get to find out. Also, I don't believe in reincarnation, obviously, but
Who were you in your past life?
a dead dog.
A dead dog. Okay.
Well, it died and then I got reincarnated as me.
What kind of dog were you? Like
No,
a
actually, I was a white cat.
you're like
white cat.
you're like a straggly like
Coyote.
like Skid Row dog. Yeah. Like
At night in my neighborhood, I hear coyotes just partying, just all over the fucking
Partying.
place,
Coyotes
dude.
are so fucking
Coyote
they
kickback.
They killed my Pomeranian when
I
I was
don't.
younger.
Yeah, they kill everybody's dog. They
Damn.
kill Logan
Yeah.
Paul's dog. That's why we don't let my cat outside. Is because we're all
That's so
scared to death of the
scary.
coyotes.
Nigga, I would be scared of them at that point. Then
I'm like getting
Especially
out of my
if a pack
car.
of coyotes.
I'm getting out of my car like midnight the other day, and I just fucking am like getting my backpack out of the trunk, and it's just a fucking pack of them, like 7 of them, and they're just
God.
trotting down the street together. They're like the biggest, strongest, craziest looking dogs you ever seen, and I'm just like frozen. Like, please don't tear me to pieces, please.
what would you have done? Jumped in your trunk of your car and closed it?
My bike's in there, so it would have been.
Oh, you would have been
That
fucked.
wouldn't have really worked, but man, that would have been fucking funny.
What
as
would you
hell.
have done? Like jumped on top of your car? Like how do you get away? How do you get away from that?
I don't know.
You have to have a plan. Bro.
Running into the car is a good idea that I don't think would have occurred to me.
You would have had to tell you jump in the trunk.
Jump in the trunk or the top of the car sounds good.
Top of the car makes a lot of
But-
sense. They're not getting.
But your
up there,
car
I
is
don't
not
think.
that tall though.
Yeah, but it's still.
Maybe you need to look up like tactics to fight coyotes because I know like with bears,
Yeah.
But they're
with-
not gonna fight me. They're
or
not gonna
like
come for me,
attack
right?
you. I don't
Who's
know.
the-
But
Why?
they're probably not gonna do that, right?
Probably.
know.
We don't know though. Nigga, it's still a chance.
Because I know with bears, you have to actually like fight back, and then they get scared and run away from you.
Hell no.
I'm not fighting
Not
a bear,
fighting.
Like
but
you
the
can't
bear.
run away. If you run away from a bear will chase you and eat you.
Man.
yeah, right. I'm taking that chance of
I looked it up
Fact.
before I went to Big
Bears
Bear.
can climb faster than they can run.
They
wow.
can climb trees.
Yeah.
They're so big.
That's a Dwight Schrute quote for the record, but
Hmm.
yeah, no, they can climb faster than they can run, according to Dwight Schrute. I'm pretty sure they can run incredibly fast as well. I saw a clip the other day on Instagram, which is basically apparently what we do now is we just like recite things that we saw on Instagram. But basically,
I
like,
love that. I love that segment.
The guy's just like riding down the street. There's like a bear, and he's like fucking with his cubs. His cubs are trying to climb up on this little patch or whatever, and he's just driving by slow, filming it, and the bear just whoosh, just comes right for him, like
Fuck no, baby.
completely just cracks the fucking third wall in half.
On my way here,
Fourth wall?
I have to pass by the LA Zoo, and they have a big sign being like LA Zoo closed. And every time I pass by, I'm like, dude, what happened in Chicago?
What?
Because they looted the zoo, and like they had hippopotamus running the street.
No,
Is that
but I
real?
don't think that actually
wasn't
was
real?
real.
I don't think that was
I'm
really.
pretty
was
sure it
real.
came out by the next day that didn't actually happen. We would have seen photos of a hippo on the
I
streets.
was wondering
That's
what the hell
offending.
happened.
But think
That's
about
a Fendi.
that's a Fendi. No, the thing about the fact that last night it comes out that 3 NYC cops claimed that they were hospitalized because they ate Shake Shack,
Shack,
and their
that was
food had been poisoned
intentionally.
And then by the morning, it comes out that actually no people. Maybe apparently they had used the when they were cleaning the machine, they used bleach to clean it, and not all of the bleach was removed from the machine. I don't know. It kind of sounds like
that
bullshit.
sounds really scary.
But yeah, that
If it
that
is true.
But then the cops said too that they allegedly got a pizza and that the pizza had broken glass all over it.
That's super fire. Keep
Probably
doing that,
wouldn't
guys.
taste that bad.
Yo, keep doing. Whoever's poisoning the cops on purpose, please keep doing
I
it.
would like to take a moment to say I do not agree with that. No
I
Chamber
know.
as a platform does not agree that we should murder police officers. But
Yeah. Actually, I retract that statement for legal reasons.
the
and
mental image of eating a glass pizza. Oof.
You
I
bite
mean,
in, and your blood.
my
your
mom,
fucking mouth
my
starts
mom
bleeding.
bought some like frozen chicken fajitas like pretty not that long ago. You just like you put the fajita shit in the skillet, and there was a big ass piece of glass in like the steak.
Are
No
you
fucking
serious?
way.
1,000,000%.
It feels like she could fucking
But guess what?
sue.
Though? But
or
like, you know what I said though? I'm very, I don't know. I'm very like, I'll shut shit down really fast because I thought about it. I'm like, they're gonna just say that it's a lie. Like you're an older black woman, they're gonna just act like that we just made this up. So you
how
can
the
get a
fuck
lawsuit.
could you prove it? And you're not gonna be able to sue him by just taking a picture of it and being like, look at the danger you put me in.
Because they're just gonna act like it's a lie, bro.
Yeah, I mean, how the fuck are you gonna like prove it? Really, you know?
I guess every single time you open a bag of food, you have to film it.
Because one time, me and my girl back in the day went to a vegan restaurant. She's eating her food. All of a sudden, she finds a big fucking nail like this long in her food, which is pretty unbelievable to me.
pretty unbelievable.
We get the food for free, like $50 saved.
But
I'm like, man, you should have ate it, and we should have sued.
You want her to eat a nail?
She would have died probably, but I
She would have
mean,
not died.
you don't think eating a nail, you might die? She might die.
You might shit it out and like have some trouble shitting it out.
Ouch.
How big was the
you're
nail?
like,
Like that.
She would have shit it out.
what is it? Like you're Colin, whatever?
Colin Kaepernick.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel
That
like
would like tear your
a
like tubes
nail.
apart.
It could do all kinds of stuff. Maybe you're lucky and it doesn't, but it could
I feel like I
definitely
put
kill you.
way more dangerous things in my body besides a nail.
You have, like
Pause.
dicks in your ass.
Pause.
I think I might really make the Brian Pumper video this week.
I swear
You
to God.
still I forgot
I'm gonna
about
make the
that.
Brian Pumper video. I'm gonna give
I
you.
think
I'm gonna bring
I'm
you the
gonna make
chain.
it.
I'm gonna
Act
do
like
this.
I didn't have a good reason to chill on the Brian Pumper video. I didn't feel like the climate was right for the
Yeah,
Brian
you're
Pumper
right, you're
video
right.
for a moment there. I mean, Brian Pumper is black excellence, no matter how you
I was
slice
gonna
it.
say
but
like that probably would have motivated everyone, to be honest.
It would have really like. I mean, that's they're gonna teach Brian Pumper in the history books one day, and my video
They
will be a
should.
big part of what they are teaching, I believe.
should.
But yeah, I didn't think the country was really in the mood for it for a while.
I mean, you had so much time to build it up.
I honestly
Honestly,
forgot
if you
about
don't
this
find the
Brian
chain,
Pumper
if you don't
video.
find the chain and bring it to me, that is anti-black at this point, especially right now.
It is
You
not
bought it?
enough to
Oh.
just not be house phone. You have to be anti-house phone. Wait,
No, it's not. Yo, you're just completely anti-black.
I
as a
can't
whole.
find it. Like I fucking, it's got to be somewhere.
You not putting in the effort.
I moved
You
two
not-
times.
You not putting in the effort
anti-black.
is anti-black.
I stand by that.
Honestly,
I think
someone,
you know, I think you know
someone,
exactly
someone
where
said
it
that to
is.
me. Yeah, I think he knows exactly where it is too.
I wish I did. I would love to give it to you. I would love you walking around wearing that. I don't wear it. If it is in my house, I don't know where it is.
Someone tagged me earlier and was like, "Tell Adam 22 he needs to give you that chain. We're sick of seeing him beg for it." I'm like, "Relax. I'm not begging
Well,
for
I
it."
think he's just not giving it to you because he knows the second you get it, you're gonna get it melted down and have like
No, I was gonna
a
wear
house
it.
phone instead.
That would be pretty brazy.
That would be
Melt it
crazy.
down.
I was honestly just gonna wear it because you know why? Because my new watch that I'm getting is white gold, and I need something white gold instead of the yellow gold. So it would have been perfect. But
Two
I like
watches
white
because
gold
I'm in
better.
two different time zones.
Rio wears one bust down and then one plain.
One what? Apple Watch?
No, nigga, stop trying to play
Joking.
the king of Flint.
I respect that. Damn, he in Flint, huh? So he's
Smoke.
drinking mud and drinking mud
Yo,
water.
Relax.
No?
You are a
They do. It's a real issue.
You're crazy.
Lil Yachty said, "This bitch thirsty. She need more water than folks in Flint."
Ooh, raising awareness right there. That's pretty good.
It's facts.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a person that I had beef with back in the day, and
Name drop it.
I'm not naming up in it. But
You make me name drop everything.
Yep.
Come on.
you guys don't even know who this person is, but
Name drop it
basically,
so I can
and
make a
also
title.
I don't like explicitly have beef with them now, but I heard that they were at a protest on their bike, and that a couple of black dudes beat the shit out of them.
Is
and
it
took their
Adam
bike.
Augie? Adam Augie?
Is it
What
Connor?
is it?
No.
Is it Connor
Something
Triplett?
Augie.
No. I don't even like have anything against this person technically or whatever. I don't want to like make it a thing, but it's like a white person and like he was like riding around on his bike, like making a vlog or whatever
They
during.
beat the fuck out of him.
I heard he got
That's
beat up and they
super
took
fun.
his bike. And it's not that I want him to get his bike taken. It's just kind of like a humorous
You're
scenario.
laughing.
I mean,
You're
hey,
happy.
like the looters, they got a bike right there. That's pretty funny, right?
It's just funny because you
Laura,
hate it.
Laura
Yeah,
doesn't think
that's-
this is funny.
It's funny. 'cause
I
you
can't
hate
read your facial expression. You have a mask on.
it. I know that's the best part about having
Also,
a mask.
Laura has not said one word like out loud, and I haven't seen her in so long. It's like makes me feel like she's not here.
Maybe you should just have a conversation with her, which is what I do every time I see her.
Laura's out
When's
here
the
in
last time
field.
you seen her?
I saw her like a bunch of days last week when I came here to do the news.
Oh, right.
Oh,
The No Jumper News.
well, I miss Laura. I wanted to come give her a big hug, but you know, COVID is I
Not
think
allowed.
still a thing.
Laura's in the gym. Laura's fucking asking me for food tips and stuff.
Yeah.
She's in the zone.
Her
She's-
outfits looks really good.
This
Her
year
hair
we're
looks
going to
good.
see a whole new Laura.
Honestly, Laura's
Not that we
doing
need
it.
a whole new Laura, but
I like Laura the way I love Laura the way she is, and I'm all about supporting Laura in all of her endeavors.
Laura is
Team
on
Laura.
a quest to just be a better Laura. By the
Laura,
day.
I'm on a juice cleanse now. I just started a juice cleanse.
Oh, be careful. Your shits are going to be very liquidy.
Ooh, I love
That's
a nice
okay.
red beet shit.
I'm down with that.
No.
I went to a restaurant.
I want to admit something though, is that I'm always rapping in my head. Like whenever I
Same.
see a word, I'm like thinking about what rhymes with that word.
Same, actually.
And one of the only words in Spanish that I know is basura, because I always
Basura.
see it on my fucking trash can every time I take out the trash. And then I kind of like in my head I kind of rhyme basura and Laura,
No.
but I'm trying to stay away from that.
Okay, I only know the word basura from this YouTuber that I cannot remember his name, but he kind of looks like me. And he's black.
Academics?
No, he's black, and he does like sneaker reviews. So he'll be like, "This is total basura." What's his name? What's it? Somebody in the comments knows what I'm talking about.
Franelations.
No, it's not funny.
Do you consider Farinations a person of color?
For sure.
He's in the zone on the spectrum, right?
Yeah, fact.
I consider him dope. I fuck with Franelations.
I'll fuck with Fran. I wonder what Fran's doing right now.
Bull TRC.
Bullet
TRCR.
Bullet.
Bull TRC. Hey, bro. Somebody plug me with him. Yo, speaking of shouting out people and then them hitting me up. Do you guys I asked you this last week. You didn't know. Do you know who Watts Homie Quan is? He's like
I
Instagram
saw
comedian.
He shouted you guys out.
Well,
Out?
we shouted him out. Me and AD shouted him out. And
okay, right. Because I heard you guys talking about him, and I literally wrote it as in my phone.
Bro,
to search it.
literally so funny, right? But look,
I'm not sure if I
So
should.
I'm working on this top secret side project that I'm not supposed to talk about. Shh. And he was one of the people that I thought of. I was like, yo, I should try to hit him up to like do something for this project. And as soon as I thought about it, he literally DM'd me and was like, yo, I saw you shout me out on the pod. I was like, dude, this is crazy. I was like, I DM'd it right back. I was like, bro, I was literally just about to DM you. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so shout out to Manifestation. And,
Manifestation speaking into existence. I'm a Drewski guy personally.
I was
Bro,
about to bring up
Drewski.
Drewski.
I don't know that guy. Like,
Shit we did, I never tell, twin.
he could not be
My
any
lover.
fucking funnier. Like he is so good at
Even the
impersonating
Kyle-
so many people that we know.
The Kyle shit too is super funny when he does like the oh, yeah, man, he fucking sucks, dude. Like, dude, he's so funny.
How do you
bro.
feel about him being a advocate for V-Loan? Being a V-Loan model.
Listen, this is the whole thing with the Voluminati. I understand the allure of being a V-Loan soldier, you know, especially if you are getting it for free, and it's like he's probably, bro. Think about the random Abercrombie wearing niggas that he's around. Like he's flexing with that, you know, and he's getting it for free.
I love how his friends wear Abercrombie.
I'm just saying, like he's probably like most of the niggas that's getting these V-Loan packs sent to their crib for free is like, bro, like that's such a flex, and like, you know, like, oh, Barry sent it to me personally, like, you know.
Barry.
I wish I got that. If I could have just got the Nav collab.
I mean,
Go on Grail.
Yeah, about to say get the resale.
Oh, really?
Resale.
Oh, bro. You're acting like this is like new information
right.
that you could buy things on Grail.
You know what I just realized that I didn't even talk to you guys about because I haven't seen you since then is that I went to fucking Utah. I went
Oh,
glamping.
forgot about that.
I went glamping too.
You did?
In
In
Big
Utah?
Bear. Big Bear.
Wait, the same weekend?
No.
Were you guys together?
Similar-ish.
Were
Hell,
you guys glammed together?
ew, no.
You guys
Imagine.
held
I was
hands?
with Began though and his girl.
I know.
love
I love
Began
her.
and I love Ruby.
I love Ruby so much.
We went hiking. We went fucking.
Look
Also
at you.
love
We
Lennon
went
too.
mountain biking.
Look at you.
Lennon was doing
fucking-
all that pregnant?
Fucking dad
I know, right?
22.
Yeah, we were doing all
Dad,
that
I'm
shit.
22.
You know what honestly kind of fucked it up though is that there was so many gnats outside, and it was only in the area of
like a
where we
gnat,
were
gnat.
staying. But like everywhere we were going hiking and stuff, we weren't having this crazy bug problem. But like I tried to film a kendama trick outside for like 5 minutes, and I had to stop because it's like I couldn't even get through the fucking trick without having to go like this because there's so many gnats on my face.
That's gross.
And then like Leonard would walk outside, look at my hat, and there'd just be crawling in gnats. Like they were everywhere. And also the first night it was so windy that it was like the fucking the sheets on the outside of the fucking glamping tent were like sonic boom, like boom, boom. Like it was so windy and it was so loud, and it didn't really personally bother me, but nobody else could sleep.
I apologize, but that sounds
Kind of like what you deserved.
No,
Or what are you saying?
it just sounds horrible.
It was.
Why'd you apologize?
Why did you apologize for it?
I don't know. I don't want to like shit on your fucking glamp vacation.
No, it definitely wasn't like probably as great as Lena thought that it might be, but she was definitely happy to be able to go on a trip because she wanted to travel a lot before the baby popped out. She wanted to like get a bunch of.
So you guys slept in like a tent thing?
Well, it's basically like a hotel room, but it's like in a tent.
outside.
But there's no electricity. They leave you a fucking iPhone charger bank thing so you can charge your phone and shit.
That sounds horrible.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
We rented a.
At least you could charge your phone.
I
What did
drove 9 hours. Or
Y'all
what was it,
drove?
7 hours. I
Y'all
forget.
drove?
Yeah, we drove there because you could like fly to Vegas and then rent a car and drive there, but you're like it's gonna take even longer.
Yeah.
So you basically just drive like 6-7 hours straight.
Did you and
there.
Began smoke weed the whole time?
We actually didn't. We both had actually weed pens, so we like didn't even feel the need to stop and smoke spliffs and stuff. We were going to, but then when we'd stop, there would always be like weird like cops and shit, and we'd be like freaked out and not want to smoke there and stuff.
Nigga, you can smoke anywhere. Weed is legal in all 50 states.
That actually is a really good point, but
I don't know if that's true or
Is
not.
it?
I just completely made that up. I
No,
don't
but
know
like
if that's
in
true
Vegas,
or
I'm
not.
pretty sure you can just smoke weed, right? And I'm pretty sure we were in Nevada
Oh.
when we like got
Nigga-
spooked by
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
cops
pretty
and
sure they
didn't
have like
smoke.
dispensaries on the strip now.
Yeah, we were smoking like just on the on Fremont.
Damn, that is such an example of me just like being so used to weed being illegal that I like
That's a
just
fact.
assumed that it was.
Oh, I
gonna be
forgot.
an
I
issue.
forgot that I went to Vegas for literally one night and then came right
Oh, yeah,
back.
you
I heard
missed
you
that.
tell that story. Yeah.
Yeah,
Missed
that was
that.
it.
Next
Yeah.
time, try my glamper. It's getaway house.
Was it?
Yeah,
Did they
it's
have
like-
electricity?
There's everything
there's a little
full
more
hot,
level up, yeah.
hot shower, beds.
The shower.
Wait, yours
was
didn't
hot.
have showers?
It did have a hot shower, but it was kind of like log cabin
like
type
a-
shit.
was
It
it
Was it
wasn't
like
really-
community shower?
No, but also it was kind of weird because it was like
I love a good community
There wasn't
shower.
that many people around because of COVID and shit. I think like people just weren't really like out like they would normally maybe be.
Don't you love a good community shower?
No.
Where like in jail or
What,
the
like-
boys club, the locker room.
At the fucking
YMCA?
gym.
I've never showered in front of a bunch of other dudes at the
me
gym.
either.
They made a shower in high school after we had swim.
Doesn't that seem like abuse?
Seeing a whole bunch of wrinkly old Asian balls at the spa was always was
Think
weird.
about how fucked up that is. Oh, hey, you're a 11-year-old boy. You feel awkward about your body. You like kind of feel weird about all your friends who probably like are taller than you or they have maybe a bigger dick than you. Here, you all have to get naked in this room and shower together.
that's
And
weird.
that like, could anything be more awkward than that?
No.
I mean, I don't know about your school. My school, they said like
We didn't have to do that.
You don't have to take off your bathing suit. So a lot of people wore their bathing suit and like just kind of washed
I
up.
think in seventh
hated it
grade
so
through
much.
ninth grade or something that there was like a locker room situation, but I don't really remember ever having to like be fully like penis out in front of all my peers.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Even when I played football too, like I don't think I
Played
did that.
football.
For literally ninth grade, and I got kicked off the team because I got into a fight with like 4 of my teammates.
No, it was fucked up because when we had to do swim, like I was like 15, 16 at that point, and like they made you put your head into the water because like all the girls didn't want to fuck up their hair and makeup, and they're like, no, you have to, or you're gonna lose points and like fail this class. And we're like, oh great, this is crazy.
Yeah, there was something like I like working out as a kid. I didn't like working out, but,
Fuck no.
but there's something about being like 16 and they're like, "Oh, hey, like you
Go
came to
run.
school looking the way you wanted to look,
Yep.
and you're like all sitting at the desk all day, and then oh no, now you have to run around a track for an hour."
And then put your same shit back
And then
on.
you have to shower naked in front of all your peers who have bigger dicks than you. And then you have to go with
Why
wet
is that such
hair.
a concern?
I mean, for me, it was probably a concern. I didn't know if my dick was big or not as a kid.
I felt that.
You
yeah.
know?
That's like a thing that you don't know until later on in life when you start fucking and girls are like, oh my god.
The
your dick.
first time a girl told me I had a big dick, I was probably so happy and relieved. Like, holy shit, oh, thank God.
Because I guess how do you know before you're not? I mean, well,
just
don't boys like sit there and like compare?
I used to like put my
I
dick
feel like
next to
you've
the
done
remote.
that. You look like someone that would do that.
You definitely put your dick next to the remote or something. I never like pulled out. I never pulled out a ruler and inch by inched it. But
I did. I measured it.
see, I did the exact opposite. I'd like put it next to the remote or like
But
something.
there's a thing that you do when you're young and you're measuring your dick where you're taking the ruler and you're like stabbing it into your body.
Because you're trying to get it to go.
Maybe if I pierce the skin, I can convince myself that it's 9 and not 8. I mean, 8's pretty big. I
Yo,
probably should have gone
honestly,
smaller there.
Honestly, yeah, bro. I don't know. Like that's a weird thing. You don't know until some girls tells you.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, and I remember like that was kind of like a thing as a kid where you like pull your wiener out as a joke, like when you're like 13 or some shit. That seems really funny, but then like you're like your dick's limp. It's like you don't really know how
Yeah,
it like is this
exactly,
actually bigger? Like you're not gonna be able to really get a reading.
But that's why you don't pull. That's why you don't pull out soft, bro. You never pull out soft.
Oh, you going to jerk off for a
You
while?
have to jerk off with your
No.
friends and then pull it out like, oh my god.
No, you got to just wait. You got to like pull up the hub on your phone real quick.
I
or
could.
something. No. Okay, wait.
Look at your
no,
favorite Instagram girl for a
I
minute.
have to say this. I have to say this. One time at Planned Parenthood, I was like really like the lady was kind of hot that was about to do my shit. So while I was naked waiting for her, I literally watched. I like pulled up a porn so I could be kind of semi-hard before she looked at my dick because I didn't want it to be like just soft on super flat.
Wow, that shows a lot of ambition. Did she seem interested in your penis?
Not
at
that
all?
she seemed interested, but like she was about to check my dick out, and I was like, I'm on complete soft right now.
Wow.
What did she check?
She was just like looking at my dick. What do you mean?
Yep, it's a dick. Yeah. No, because okay, this is really embarrassing. When I was like 18, me and a bunch of my friends went swimming, and we had to swim naked.
How
or
did
whatever.
this turn into dick story time?
Yeah, let's
There's
just
a
do
lot of
dick
people
stories.
that are like, what did I tune into?
We haven't talked about any current events pretty much at all besides 6ix9ine, but that's totally fine. So we're going to go swimming, and we have to skinny dip because we're out riding bikes, so we weren't planning on swimming or whatever. So everybody's getting naked to go in, and my friend goes, what are you doing? He like points out that I had been like subconsciously like pulling my dick because I wanted it to look longer because I didn't want my friends to think my dick was small. I'm pulling it. I
Dick
was
tail.
stretching it. I was stretching it, and like I didn't even realize that I was doing it. And I
Somebody
didn't
said
realize
dick
that I was
tails.
concerned about what my friends were going to think about my dick, so I wanted to pull on it.
Also, like, pause
I
for
got made
him.
fun of really
Pause
bad
for
for
him
that.
staring at you, like pulling your dick.
Pause for this
him
whole story.
noticing.
Pause for that whole story.
No, but honestly, like respect to him for noticing that because that's like a weird thing that
Did
I.
you look at his dick?
I don't know. I think he might have been like the type to go in his underwear because he like really didn't want everyone to see his little ass dick.
Yeah, here you are pulling it.
Pulling it.
I just didn't want. I didn't want to get a bad rap.
Yeah. The lengths that white boys go through to like talk about their dicks and show their dicks.
But were
is
you ever the
crazy.
type of dude to just pull your dick out for a lull?
No, none of the
I
homies
hate
ever
it.
did that. No.
You're from the hood. You're from LA.
That's what I'm saying. None of the
That's
homies
like a
ever
white
did.
boy thing. Let's be real.
Yeah, definitely.
Like for sure,
Not
for
funny
sure.
at
That's
all.
why Tyler the
And you
Creator
know-
stood out to us so much. He was making a bunch of gay jokes. We had never really heard a black dude do that before.
Nah,
Like a young, cool black dude.
and like the skater shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
niggas would say shit like that.
but
all
it's
the
just
time.
so much more like
No,
jackass.
Nah.
All gay jokes. It's like all gay, like punch you in the ball type
Nah,
jokes. and
like-
stuff. We had
And-
never seen that kind of shit from like the,
Tyler would really overdo it. Even like when we were like young, he would really overdo it. Like one time we were at this we used to hang out at this fucking like burger spot, like right by the skate park. And like niggas was hella broke. I think I was short like 25 cents or something. I'm like, yo, let me get a quarter. He's like, call me daddy. Like, I'm like, bro, Tyler, just give me a fucking quarter. He's like, call me daddy first. Like,
did
nigga.
people think he was gay back then?
I mean, he was just like, that was just Tyler jokes, you know? It was just Tyler vibes.
But
But I don't
I-
even know. Nobody even knows, and it shouldn't even matter. I don't know if he's gay or bi. I don't fucking know what he is. Who cares, honestly?
If there was an opportunity to bet money on him being gay, he's giving me about as much.
He's given as many, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think that it's like his fan base of like straight, because he has like a mixed fan base now, but I feel like his like original fan base of like kill people, burn shit, fuck school.
They're mostly
like,
grown
They
up.
don't. Yeah, I'm saying like they don't want to envision him as being like gay. I
don't think he cares about what his like old school fan base thinks. I
because
think that
most
for
of them
him,
most of them have evolved.
I mean, let's be real. The fact that
Hopefully.
Tyler has been able to be so secretive about his life and his sexuality and like that we really don't know is pretty unbelievable. Like that's very, very rare.
But
If I was him, I would be holding on to that for dear life. And like then if a picture ever did come out of him like making out with a dude and he just boom, like now it's official. But I mean, for him, like when you're that famous, it's so hard to have anything private that it totally makes sense to me that he would want to hold on to that and not.
but
really
he's not
go
really
into
holding
detail.
on to it by like dropping all these things about him, like
But that's
being,
what he does is he'll just fuck with you, but he won't ever really give you a straight
know,
answer,
huh?
which is like so Tyler, you know.
Even like I was like waiting on Kerwin to ask him something about that. He didn't.
He didn't.
I was waiting on.
Maybe that was one of the questions he was like, don't ask me this.
Do you think that the PR team gets in there first? Like,
Oh my God,
don't
remember
ask him
when-
about clapping cheeks?
Probably.
Remember
management.
when Riff Raps people did that before he came?
Where they say don't.
They told him basically not to talk about any of the Soulja Boy era, which was like very
No,
important.
she goes. The thing about Riff Raff is that he doesn't like to talk about his past. I'm like, oh,
It's like
No,
that-
what do you talk about?
That's the whole.
everything I wanted to ask about.
Yeah.
Because like his past is like, and actually now I've like done content with him more recently, and he'll just talk about whatever because he doesn't like, he's not trying to keep up this crazy image or whatever. But back then he really wasn't trying to.
Yeah. He
was the
Remember
Peach
Brittany
Panther.
that we did that podcast with?
Yeah. What happened to her?
I don't know. She was always dating ball players and shit.
I
Man.
know. She was so fine.
So
And
bad.
followed me on
Ooh.
Instagram still. She had purple hair that day. I remember
Did
that.
look good.
Damn. Do you think you could find her Instagram? You probably have too many Britneys in your phone now. I think I had her
talked to
number
so
at one
long.
point too.
Oh my god, you should fuck her just to tell us about it.
I love that you're always trying to like live vicariously through my dick. Pause.
I'm in a relationship, so
I mean,
it's just
I'm always in another relationship every month. So
yeah. Do you see that MGK is dating Megan Fox?
Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
I
Really?
know. I clicked on it because I thought it was Julia Fox, and then I remember that was a
Oh
different
my
person.
God, Julia Fox.
We talked about her last time.
I thought MGK was dating the Clout House person.
I mean, he just fucks with every fucking hard
Julia
girl in
Fox.
LA.
Hold
He's
on,
just
hold on,
out
hold on.
here running the game.
Hold on, Julia Fox. If you ever
is
see
watching.
this, please, I just need one. Literally, I just want to smell your underwear after
Ew,
one day.
Come on.
Fair
Like,
enough.
I would take her socks after she went on a 10-mile hike, wring them dry into a cup, and drink her feet sweat out of
You wouldn't
a
want to have
glass.
sex with her? You'd want to do something like that?
I would shave her pubes for her every time they grew back for a year straight
And eat it?
and bake it into a cake and eat a pube cake from her.
Laura, disgusting.
I would
Pube cake.
I would spread myself up across this table, strap me down, barricade my mouth open, and have her just shit directly into my mouth.
That's the ultimate question. Is she hot enough that you would let her dump in your mouth just to look into her booty?
Ooh.
I'm going to say no.
If I can get anywhere near close to her ass being in my face, I don't. Laura said she's gonna call it God.
Laura,
I would take her diarrhea,
Okay.
make a shake.
warm it up in a coffee mug, and
I hate
drink
that
it
I
in
have
the
to
morning.
Hear this so close
if
to my
this doesn't
ears
get
right now.
demonetized, then I'm going to lose faith in YouTube.
I swear, I
If
would.
your
literally-
algorithm doesn't pick this up, then fuck you, YouTube. Susan?
She is like, I have watched countless of like uncut gems behind the scenes, like just like them interviews with the cast.
Really?
Just because of her, dude. She's so
I never searched her name on YouTube.
beautiful. I've never watched a movie or a TV show and was like, let me Google this girl.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just infatuated with her, dude. She also just seems like a really nice person and like a cool person, and like, I think she's a photographer. Her pictures are cool. She's a great model. I love her. Okay, anyway.
That's cool that you like her so much.
I just have nothing to say.
He's just,
no comment.
I would eat her. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
putting it in a shake, and like it was just too graphic, and I was trying to tune out, but like it's way too close to my ears right now.
One of the best things, and you know, that's one thing that kind of stinks
Somebody
about
said
the internet.
House Weinstein.
Wait,
Oh my
wait, I have a good question though. Like, can you do poop stuff on OnlyFans? Like, can you do whatever the fuck you want? Like, is there a line on OnlyFans of what's too extreme?
I mean, how about you have Lena shit on you and post it? And
We're gonna
see?
find out. No, for sure. But I wonder to what extent OnlyFans polices that kind of thing, because it would make sense for them to do
Defund
so.
all policing in all forms.
Even
so,
on OnlyFans,
even
of
on
shit porn. No, because
scat porn.
Okay, one thing that kind of sucks about the current age of porn is that there used to be all these goofy ass porn sites with different themes, and they would just like iterate on that theme over and over and over. And I remember that I found one at one point called Ass Milkshake, I believe.
Yo, what?
And it was literally like they would make a milkshake, they'd have a girl do a handstand, they would
Put it
take
in
a
her
funnel, pour the milkshake into her butt, then she stands up, she jumps around, shakes the milkshake up inside of her own body, and then shits the milkshake into a cup and downs it.
Ew.
And this is like a whole website of just like this
is it-
over
is
and
this a
over
defunct
and
website?
over. I think it's probably still around.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah. And that was just like a thing that I remember seeing when, like, at one point somebody sent me a link. Yo, check this out. And like, just sit there and like watch a bunch of the preview clips. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the world? He's literally just writing it down.
No, I'm about to search it up. What was it called again? Ass milkshake.
Ass milkshake or
I
something.
want to see if it's still around.
Because
Ass
that-
milk.
I mean, that kind of like occurs to me as the kind of the thing that if
The
you were
first-
doing that on OnlyFans, like, should you be allowed to do that? I don't know.
The first thing that came up when I typed in ass milk was an Earl Sweatshirt Tyler Creator song.
Speak of the devil.
Speaking of the devil,
I mean, the
this
first
is not
thing I
coming up.
ever saw on the internet.
Why is there little fucking bugs here?
Oh, dude, we've been having little ants and
Oh
shit.
God, I just saw like 3 right here.
Whoa. I can't tell if I'm just like seeing things or if I'm
dude,
seeing
this is not
bugs.
coming up, dude.
Really? I don't know. I mean, it was a long
Did
time
you make
ago.
this up?
No,
I
definitely
feel like
not.
you made it up in your brain.
I definitely didn't make it up.
But I don't know.
I could think of worse
He did
things.
not make it up.
You
Nope.
found it?
Yeah, you did not make this up at all.
Oh man, ass milk drinking lesbians. Holy shit.
Can I just play the audio? on the
No,
mic?
we're gonna get in trouble for that too. Fuck.
Oh,
Ants.
man.
What about that? Oh, let's start our own porn site where we fill their butt with ants.
I hate bugs, so I'm good on that.
No, we're fill it with ants, and then they eat an ant pizza slice. Like they take all the ants out of their
Nigga,
butt.
you
and
trying to make this Fear Factor? What the fuck are you on?
I want my porn to be more Fear Factor. Yeah.
Feardom 22.
I'm looking at the list of topics. We've already.
We kind of. Wait.
I didn't
we
dig
touched
into
on
the
all
game thing. I didn't actually watch the video.
First of all,
I saw Academics made a video about it.
I was about to say anything that academics makes a video out of, you should be paying attention. Fuck these ants.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
I'm blowing them all over to Cam Girl.
If anybody has any insider knowledge about how to get rid of like a lot of ants, because
Where
we
was
just
a lot?
I don't know. We just keep seeing like little colonies of. Oh my God! Look, there's a fucking ant on your mic cable.
Damn it.
Ah,
I mean, I know
little insect phone.
for fleas, like cat fleas and shit, you're supposed to like put out these bomb thingies
Yeah.
and like run away.
For a while, we were
Is that what
just
you do with
taking the
ants?
trash out every day, and then we wouldn't have any ants.
I mean, yeah, that's a simple solution
That's
to
a
get
good-
ants
Right,
away.
but we've been doing that very consistently, and the ants seem like they're still trying to
and
chill.
it's gonna be a problem because it's summertime now and it's getting hot, so they're gonna want to come in here.
And everybody's dying from COVID again. There's like huge spikes in a lot of states.
I hate
California, I'm
that.
not sure if that's one yet, but
So I should stay away from y'all then.
basically just really looking like any hope that we might have had that we were just gonna have like a somewhat normal summer, since a lot of people seem like they're trying to like reopen and stuff, doesn't really.
Well, I was trying to talk about it earlier. Is like I went to a restaurant
You did here.
this weekend or something, yeah, in Burbank, and I mean it was kind of normal-ish, but I keep seeing like all the spikes and all the numbers, and it's like, are we gonna open up and then close right back up?
When I was in Zion, we went
Yeah.
to a restaurant named Oscars 2 different times. Anyone who's ever been to Zion, go to Oscars. Really enjoyed Oscars. A couple of Pokemon gyms there. So I had a great time at Oscars, and then after that, we went to some other like restaurant as well that wasn't like outdoor. They were both sort of like outdoor type areas, so it wasn't that weird. But yeah, it definitely kind of feels like the indoor restaurant thing. People might be diving back into that a little early.
Yeah,
There's a ton of people. I went
I've eaten
to a
twice.
restaurant in the OC too, and OC is completely open. Apparently, you don't have to wear masks anymore. They don't give a fuck.
I've eaten twice. I ate once in Vegas, and then I went to Korean barbecue the other day.
AD went to the club the other day.
No fucking
That's
way.
fire.
Well, I mean, he told me all of COVID he was going to house parties and
doesn't give a
mansion
fuck.
parties. I was like,
And
he said the words "COVID is canceled."
I would hang out
That
with
was hilarious.
I would hang
I
out
was
with
like, I don't know
AD,
about
and
that.
he'd talk about the crazy ass party he went to the night before, and I'd be like, oh, interesting. And then later, I'd look at his Instagram story, and it would be dry as fuck, nothing. And I'm like, oh, right. He's like, doesn't want the world to know that he's having a good time. That's funny.
I was with Riz earlier, and she was like, she asked me this. Yeah, she asked me this. She was like, is Lena tripping on Adam about being around with people? She was, or like, blah,
Oh,
blah,
because of
blah.
the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she does get a little weird, like like when we went to the fucking hibachi truck and like she just sees me like hugging Dub and like hugging Pimp MP and just like, I don't know, there's something like when I see people I really like, I can't just not like shake their hand and hug them. Like I gave
That's a
Yak
fact.
Gotti, I gave him a big hug and a handshake and stuff because I actually really like him. He's a great guy. And that's how I feel. I seen Duke, boom, big hug, you know?
That's how I know you don't fuck with me, because all you give me are these little things.
No, because I feel like you understand.
Also,
Yeah, and I don't want to hug you.
I mean, we already weren't great at hugging in the first place.
Did you see that video that Young Thug posted of like Duke basically like asleep, but it, like his hand is like in his pants, but it was like moving. Like he was like, it looked like he was jacking off in his sleep. It was really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I like that. We used to have a friend who, in the middle of the night, while he was sleeping, would do this to his limp penis through his boxer shorts while sleeping. He would just
That's kind of look like what
so weird. Just he would just do this on the outside of this, and then over time, it started to be where he would also like rub his asshole through his
chill
boxers
out, bro.
while he's sleeping. He would literally be laying there sleeping, going, just like touching himself, like, and it was really weird because it made
He would
us.
just lay there and finger his asshole and jack off.
He
in
wouldn't
his
be
sleep.
fingering it, but he would be sort of like touching it through his boxers. And,
Yeah.
and it was like back in the BMX days where we would all be sleeping in the same room and shit.
Oh, God.
And like it would be like, he's
You
just
just
sleeping in the living room. We're all sitting there eating breakfast and we'd be seeing him sleep like
He just-
Just going to town on both ends.
Maybe, I think he doesn't wipe his booty hole, so it's itchy.
It's
and he's
itchy.
Probably
Very
itching it,
possible.
and he's just gross and wants to touch
I
himself.
think he might have secretly wanted to finger his own ass and he was
Yeah.
too scared to do it.
And like it was like his subconscious of him fingering his own ass
Yeah. I think
While
that
touching
honestly
himself.
probably was it. To be
while
real.
while beating
While
off.
jacking off.
While beating off.
Yo, what the fuck? What type of white ass shit are y'all niggas on, bro?
Whenever we leave ourselves to our devices, we end up talking about drugs and shit.
No, poop is a big one.
Yeah,
poop.
poop.
Somebody sample that and put it in a song.
Yeah, poop.
Poop.
There should be a producer named like produced by Poop, and they should just take that little sound bit and be like, yeah, poop.
Produced by Poop. Yeah.
I better get royalties.
Yeah.
Does Undefined give you royalties?
No, because
Undefined, where'd you make this?
And he used another sample where I spoke in Korean.
Really?
Whoa.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
You guys will see. Why are you making fun of the way I speak right now?
Yep.
It just seems funny to me right now, I
I'm gonna
guess.
throw a condom
You might as well
at
just get that tattoo on your eye at this point.
What? This?
You have it every day or a
Not
different.
every day.
Why don't you get a face tat? What are you holding back on?
Why would I do that?
You could be like
You have no tattoos, huh?
what's
Yeah,
her
I have
name?
no tattoos.
Masochistic China.
What?
What's her name?
Who's that?
What is it?
Asa Akira?
fuck did you just
What's her name?
Malicious?
Malicious China.
You know they're about to clip the fuck out of this.
That's okay.
Shout out Valley Club Records.
If you
man.
donate on the No Jumper live streams, we will just talk about you.
If
It'll just
you-
be
Yeah,
a
do
thing
it.
that we know about.
If you personally just cash out me to put your music on my Instagram, I will shout you out all the time.
who is the person?
Someone
that,
wait. Someone DM me and it was like she says the N word and she's not black, and I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Who?
Is that
oh,
the
her?
one? Is that the one
What?
that has the scale with the two Zans?
What?
Did you watch that?
I don't know.
There's an intro to one of her videos, and they have like those like not a periodic scale,
Yeah,
the
but,
fucking
like, it's
scales
like a
that you
scientific
use.
scale.
And each side has one Zan on it. Spoiler: they're probably gonna weigh the same.
No, I think two are on one side.
Yeah, it was
but I
like
don't know
two
what
on
the- I
one
don't know what
side.
the-
Ah, two Zans weighs more than one.
I feel like the homie because my ass hurts. I've been like sitting here. I feel like your homie. I'm rubbing my ass.
Don't start doing the front too, fucking weirdo.
It was so weird.
He's like playing puppeteer with his asshole.
And some people are
His
such
dick.
hard sleepers. We were just talking about him like he's just sleeping.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro.
How do you? So you wake him up and you tell him like, why are you touching yourself?
Yeah, we would just make fun of him for it, and he would just, I don't know, man. Like he just didn't know what the fuck to say.
I have to find this video of that Young Thug took of Duke jacking off.
Fuck, what was that just about to say though? Oh, that's something so good.
Something about booger phone.
Duke. I can't believe Young Thug would film Duke jerking off. Duke is a straight G.
He wasn't really jerking
Right.
off, but it was super funny.
Oh, I was gonna say, what was it? Something about masturbating. Nah, I can't remember.
I can't find that video, but it was super funny.
We put Zans in the blunt. Ooh.
Oh.
I put my
Why are you bugger phone?
because I picked my nose like 5 seconds ago.
And they
I put
start
my
calling
cum
you
in
out.
the blunt. Roll up my cum. I'ma smoke it till
We've
it's
run out
done.
of shit to talk about. We just get as immature as possible. I'm gonna hit the fucking weed pen again so I can get even dumber.
Roll up my cum. I'ma smoke it till it's done.
How much?
There's literally nothing I want to talk about.
because this is one thing that I saw Big Ed, aka No Neck Ed, do on The Bachelor, and I was thinking about doing it myself for some reason. Is he said
On The
that?
Bachelor? You mean 90
excuse me,
Day?
90
Damn,
Day
nigga,
Fiancé.
you really are on some.
He says that that his scalp was dry. So he takes a whole massive jar of mayonnaise and he's rubbing
Ew.
the mayonnaise into his scalp. And Lena actually said, she's like, you know how you have dandruff sometimes and you have like the dry skin like on your scalp or whatever. And like when I shave my head, it's just like, holy fuck, you realize how much dead skin you have on your head that doesn't come off. Like, and she's like, you could do that. You could put the mayonnaise on your head. I'm like, if I'm putting mayonnaise on my head, it's for an Instagram video.
Yeah, but
So I might do that this
You
week.
can put like actual hair products and shit, right?
I was
Why,
gonna say-
why, like coconut oil, shea butter.
Even olive oil might be
Olive
better.
oil,
I can't
anything.
imagine just putting a glop of mayonnaise on my head and what that would smell like.
Oh, I know. And I love mayonnaise so much.
Another funny video I saw from, is his name Ed?
Yeah.
is I guess they were doing like an after show or something, and they were interviewing him and his like wife or whatever she is.
Random girl from Thailand
the girl,
that he
and
fell
like,
in love with. Yeah.
and apparently he was trying to like pay her to do like sex videos with him, and she was so fucking pissed, and she was yelling at him, and like, yeah, he admitted it.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was paying him to do.
No, he was soliciting her to pay her like to do sex videos with him.
After they broke up.
They broke up.
Wait. Oh. Why would he have to solicit his own girlfriend to do a sex video with him? I don't really.
No, he like I guess Skype porn or something with him.
Right.
But I don't know. She was really mad about that. I didn't
Why?
know. I don't know.
One of the best things about that other season.
And all the other women were like,
on 90 Day
it was funny.
Fiancé, one of the girls is 18, getting married to a 26-year-old guy from fucking Spain, and she's from New Hampshire. So it's like, there's not that many people on TV ever who are from New Hampshire. I'm from New Hampshire. The last time I lived in New Hampshire was when I was like 19. So this girl's like pretty much exactly the kind of girls that I was hanging out with before I left New Hampshire. And she's a virgin, and she's just marrying this 26-year-old guy from Spain. And it is like, it's unbelievable because they're both virgins, and they both are like trying to figure out like what they're going to do in the relationship and stuff. And she tries to talk to him about sex at one point, and he gets so offended by her even trying to talk about it.
did they meet on like Christian Mingle?
They met because he commented on her Instagram, and she's like, oh, he said something really nice and he seemed really sweet, unlike the other guys. It's like, that's your standard, is that he said something nice in your Instagram comments?
I mean, unfortunately.
Bro, on the show too, there's a 53-year-old black woman who ends up falling in love with this like Spanish bodybuilder or some shit, and then
Christ.
she goes there and it's not him. He was
Oh
catfishing.
he was catfishing?
He talked to her for 7 months or some shit with fake photos.
The craziest
She's
part,
got like 5 kids that are all like 18, and they're like, you just watching all these kids like realize that their mom is totally fucking, I mean, I don't want to say retarded because you're not supposed to say retarded anymore, but
not very bright.
not really with the shit.
I mean, the
so.
craziest thing, and it makes no sense, is who's gonna date someone online for 7 months and not video chat? And like, that's why when I watch shows
Yeah.
like Catfish and stuff, it's like,
And that's the thing, is he told her that his phone was broken. I'm like,
Yeah, like,
I'm like,
come on,
listen,
bro.
if you look like that, if you're a guy who works out all day, every day,
You're
and
gonna have a new phone.
You're gonna have a camera. Like, guys don't just look like that for no reason. They look like that, and then they take photos of themselves looking like that. You're not gonna put that much work into your appearance and not take some fucking photos. So the idea of him not being able to FaceTime her ever,
And how long? 7 months?
7 months or I don't know, 8 months, something
That's
like
some
that.
fucking stupid shit. Never heard of it.
Man, we didn't even hit the 2 hours.
You know
You
what?
feel okay about it?
I didn't hit the 2 hours, but I hit the cool powder.
what?
I might boof for hours.
I might take a
I'm
shit
a-
in the shower,
I might Eiffel Tower with my bro.
but it's not a hoe. It's a regular Joe. We up inside this man off a couple Xans.
Keep going so we can stretch it to 10 minutes.
I turned
2
to Joe.
hours.
I turned to Joe Exotic off the meth. I don't want to feel no girl's breast. I want to feel my bro's chest.
I put some mayo in my hair.
I put some mayo in my hair. I put some mayo in my hair so I get rid of the dandruff. I went to the house and I made me a manwich.
I went to the North Pole and I grabbed me an antler.
What?
I play Pokemon Go, so I keep me a Stantler.
You niggas know about my paper like Dunder Mifflin.
I be spitting. No, I got the bundles and I'm spitting. And Kim likes Hello Kitten. I'm smitten.
Call me Ice the way I'm disappearing your children.
Hey.
Whoa. Oh, disappear in, not disappear
Yeah.
in.
No,
Okay.
I'm disappearing your children because I'm kidnapping them. Because
thought you meant like you were
I'm-
gonna
because
fuck
we're
them and,
beefing.
like, disappear into their
we're-
body.
No,
Ew, that was-
because we're
Well, I don't
beefing.
know.
It's because we're beefing, so I'm making your children disappear.
That's cool though. I like lyrics about killing somebody's kids and shit, like things that you would never do.
I
in
feel
real
like
life.
Jeffrey Epstein when I'm off the lean.
No, stop. Please
I feel
stop.
like a preteen Jeffrey Epstein when I'm off a bean.
I took some ketamine and turned to Jeffrey Epstein.
Laura's like fucking puking out her mask. She's laughing so hard at these bars. The Epstein bars. Trap game Jeffrey Epstein. I'm glad that we never got to the like that the Lil B era didn't overlap with the Jeffrey Epstein? Because he might have just made a song.
Epstein, bitch, I'm Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein, swag, bitch, I'm Jeffrey Epstein.
Swag.
10 young bitches in my house 10 young bitches in my house like I'm Epstein. Young bass god, and I
Feel like
I look like Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Young bass god got a bitch.
Wow.
That's a masseuse. Young bass god got a bitch in middle school.
All right, guys, this has
young
been the
bass
No
god
Jumper
got
Show.
a bitch in a sex cult. Young bass god.
Nothing rhymes with cult. You're about to figure out that nothing rhymes with cult.
I
Young
watched the Discovery documentary, and it's really fucked up, so we can't joke about
But
it.
That's
Netflix,
really not
you mean the
funny, though.
Netflix one about Epstein?
There's another one, like Channel ID Discovery. They dive into like who could have killed him and like that. They didn't really dive into that on the Netflix documentary.
That's
but,
the thing that I find so fucking like.
not funny. Okay, there's actual victims.
But
in
that's the
Nah,
thing
I know,
that I
I know, it's
find
really
so
not funny.
unsatisfying about that is that it makes so much sense that somebody would have killed him. It seems like it could be a cover up when you think that like the cameras weren't working, the fucking guards were
Come
asleep,
on, bro.
etc. But who the
did-
fuck could have done it? Like who would have done this? How could they have gotten in? It's so
It's an
There's-
inside job.
There's tens,
they fucking
maybe
check those
hundreds
cameras, man.
of people.
Young bass god, and you know I didn't kill myself.
Of people in power in very, very powerful positions with a lot of money that could have fucking paid off whoever, whatever. And the only two people charged right now are the two guards that were supposed to be checking on him while
Those
he
poor
killed
guards.
himself.
Poor regular ass.
I'm gonna
guards.
hang myself in a cell like I'm Epstein. Young bass guy got 2 for the 15.
You know, at first I thought that Epstein killed himself by just swan diving into the concrete, which I've heard
So
that,
stupid.
I've heard people do that in jail though, like that you could kill yourself by like
You have to
literally
really knock in yourself.
Swan dive your skull. Like if you actually fracture your skull properly on the ground in the cell, you could kill yourself. But think about the commitment. Like
Yeah.
to hang
I feel
yourself,
like-
all you gotta do is just drop. To really do that fucking skull to the concrete and not put your hands up to protect yourself.
I was gonna say I feel like my last minute reflex is just be like, and catch
such
myself.
such a good chance that you don't die and you just end up with a giant fucking
you're
cracked
just like,
skull.
They had like a coroner or whatever independent person. There was a bunch of fractures in his
Right.
whatever that wasn't what's supposed to have if you were hanging yourself. It was like too low, so they think he
Yeah.
was strangled.
Hey, I have an idea.
It was like his murderous cellmate, probably.
Next time we come in here, I don't think he has cellmate, did he?
Oh no, he did at first, and he got
Cellmate would be
transferred
the
out.
number
He
one
got transferred
fucking
out the day
target.
that he killed
Yeah, he got
himself.
transferred out. Yep.
Next time, how about this?
Catherine sent me a video.
All this week, think about what topics you guys want to talk about on here, and then we'll come in with our own topics. And it can be something as stupid as like, you know, like you have a random Rio de Young OG song that you want us to listen to, so we all just listen to it. We're gonna all focus in on that song. That's part of what we're gonna talk about. You know, then we'll all have our own things, and we can figure it out in the chat over the course of the next week, so we don't have generic topics like NBA YoungBoy's house gets broken into. Which, like, what are we gonna say about that? Like, oh yeah, it's bad when someone gets their house broken into. I don't agree with that at all.
I'm gonna just look up the most vulgar. Speaking of Rio the Young OG, reposted me posting his music video on my story.
Love when people do
Means
that.
we're locked in. That's my twin. Twin. them.
Twin.
Shout out my twin Rio.
What's the thing that Juicy says with twins?
It was like,
Shit we did. I never tell, twin. My lover.
Where does that come from?
Cause that's just like some shit some Atlanta nigga
I
was
know
saying.
it is, but I can't remember exactly who I fucking heard say that shit.
'Cause
Shit we
nigga-
do, I never tell.
Cause the shit we
My
did.
lover.
The shit we did. That's my for lifer.
What rapper?
lifer.
What rapper do you feel like he is most often like playing? Like who's the closest to what he is demonstrating there?
Like all the Young Thug and all them. This is literally what what he's doing. He's impersonating them.
Ish.
No, he's lit. That's like he did the thing where he was like on the gurney and he was like in the ambulance like I can't put the drink down, got to know that, and he had to lean. They like did the thing where they crossed over and like sipped it. That was like from a real picture, bro.
You should become like a Drewski type character, but
I really
just make
could
fun
be.
of like underground rap and LA rap and scene rap. I mean, I feel like
I could do that.
I feel like emo rap is dead.
Yeah.
Scene rap is dead. Underground rap
What
is dead.
scene rap? What scene rap?
I don't know, but like underground rap's dead, right? because
so?
nobody.
I think underground rap's dead.
There's no like underground scenes
But what do you
usually
mean
that
by
are really
dead? Okay.
cracking. People just like graduate to being real rappers right away,
That's
and
a
boom, they're
fact.
in LA, and they
Yeah.
fucking. It
they're
doesn't
off
feel
10
like you
perks.
ever really see. I mean, you can't really say that though, because it's like, okay, there's a fire like underground like rap world in Detroit,
Yeah.
but is it like a scene like the way that downtown LA was during like 2016 ish? You know, I don't know that there's no like meeting spots that I know of that are like fire shows with all those rappers, but that's I don't know.
I think the underground scene is dead because
There's no scene right
I mean, yes, there's no scene, and it's like you could be someone like Lil Tecca who's like
not a part
like
of no
not
scene.
no scene, and then he's on the radio and he's
Yeah.
number one. So it's like
Exactly.
or Lil Nas X, and it's like you're nobody and you're
Right.
like number one
like
the next day.
if Billie Eilish had came out like 5-6 years before, she would have been like
When
a
she was-
dope
when she was, like,
underground.
10?
Oh yeah, okay, right. But like if she had been born 6 years before, or whatever, she would have been like a dope like underground LA person. She would have performed to him on everything. She would have
That's a
fucking
fact.
done all this cool shit
Before
And-
she got to the superstar.
Right, and then
yeah.
said she's a superstar so fucking fast that nobody could fucking do nothing before it just happens. You know, it's just people get signed faster now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It'll still happen. It's just got to be something that the labels won't fuck with, like your Epstein song that you just did. That's something that like
Oh my god.
the labels might be scared of that. You know,
Yeah, they might clip that and use that against me for life.
it was so funny.
Say that
You
it
should
was a
be so
parody.
lucky. That was really funny. I'm gonna take another hit from this one.
That was super funny.
Let's
I'm not
leave
gonna
in a
lie.
cloud,
That was
guys.
pretty funny. Also, guys, while they're vaping, make sure to stay tuned because we're gonna be doing the live stream afterwards at my house in about 30 minutes.
Young Cam girl, and I'm a roof Korean.
A
What?
roof girl. A
He
roof
always has to joke around about that. Love you guys.
like
I
The
got
idea of you on the
snipers.
roof.
I got snipers on the roof like I'm Cam girl.
Yo, that's good.
Honestly.
I like that better than the Jeffrey.